Welcome to the Puck Crew. I'm your captain, Camille, and I have my alternates with me.
I'm Mal.
Hey, it's me, Robert.
And I have also drafted another rookie. This time we have Erin Hattamer joining us of TikTok fame. Hi, Erin.
Ooh.
Hello, how are you? I must start out. Hello, everyone. Fuck ice. Happy 30th. Glad no one went to work or bought anything. Only ice I like is the one my gay boyfriends are on.
Exactly. Amen.
So I actually decided I wanted to start to do this at the top of the episode rather than the end because people kind of start to tune out at the end. So, Erin, would you please tell people where they can find you on social media?
What a question to ask right now. Right now, safely, we're going to say my Instagram, Erin, ERINHATTA. My dog is right here complaining. I am on TikTok. I'm working on getting off of TikTok. I'm going to be heading to Upscrolled, but my name there will be Erin Hattamer. And my dog's still upset with me. And yeah.
Okay. Great. Anything that you want to plug before we get started, other than Shane Hollander?
Camille!
Please, people, follow me on Instagram because I am leaving TikTok soon. And yeah, I won't post a lot on it. It's hard right now. I'm working on getting off TikTok. It's a mess.
A question for you, or a couple. How did you get into Heated Rivalry, and do you know anything about hockey?
How did I get into Heated Rivalry? I was at trivia with my gay friends, and all of them were like, have you seen Heated Rivalry? And I was like, no. And they're like, oh, it's gay and about hockey. And I was like, I don't really want to watch hockey. And they're like, no, it's not. It's the gay part. It's the most boring part. And I was really busy. And, this is going to sound so horrible. My dad passed away last month. And I desperately needed a distraction like a day before the funeral. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to watch Heated Rivalry. And I was like, oh, excellent. This is going to ruin my whole entire life now.
Oh my God. And then I asked you to come on for the Dead Dad episode. Oh my God.
I forgot about that. My dad was great, although he did speak Russian, fun fact.
Oh no, it's too real.
Oh shit. So I'm gathering you don't do hockey. You're not a hockey girly.
I don't think I've ever sat and watched one game.
Mal and Robert did for the first time recently.
It looks
and
fun.
And now Robert is like watching hockey for real. Like I get texts from Robert and Robert's like, oh, our girls can't score. And I'm like, Robert, like you got so into the New York Sirens and I'm obsessed with
Why the fuck aren't you watching hockey, Mal?
Because every time that you have texted me about the score, I have been like out somewhere doing something and been busy.
We gotta talk about them carrying the Olympic torch because that's genuinely the funniest thing that has happened.
Can we? Yeah, let's get that out at the top. That's amazing.
Yeah, let's get that out at the Iliad.
No, imagine, you're just waiting tables at the spaghetti warehouse, and then 8 months later, your coworker is like an Olympic torchbearer. That's insane.
Like literally, like if I had to put money, and they're like, "What's the next thing they're gonna do on their press tour?" It would have taken me 1,000,000 years to carry the Olympic torch. Like there's people that have like done sports for like decades and like committed their lives, and they're like these two guys that became famous 30 days ago because of a show where they play hockey for a solid 4 minutes in the whole entire series. We're gonna have those bastards carry the torch.
And then last night you had Hudson Williams with the Prime Minister of Canada. We're diving into episode 5, which is an emotional roller coaster, a doozy of an episode. There's so much that happens. This episode covers about 30% of the book, I want to say, because we got to the end of episode 4. Oh, Erin, have you read the books at all?
I did read the books.
Okay. Did you read them before or after, I guess? Right?
After.
Okay. So
did you read all of them or just the Shane and Ilya?
No, just the two with them in it. I'm not a huge like romance reading person. Okay. Like I like my books sad and long with stupid prose. I have a master's in writing. It's fucking stupid. I don't want to talk about it. I just ran through the books because I was like, I need to see these spicy scenes, and then I got to make sure everyone's okay by the end of Long Game. Which, spoiler alert, they are. But a lot of stuff happens in between.
Boy, oh boy, does it. But yeah, no, we got to the end of episode 4, and I just remember the fandom at the time being like, we're only 50% through the book. How the hell are we going to cover the rest of it in 2 episodes? Like, what is Jacob Tierney doing? We were all terrified. So we're just going to jump right in. We are at Shane's place. Rose is there. She's getting ready to leave. It's early in the morning. And we are finding out that, like, Shane is having problems in the bedroom, which is nothing he's ever had with Ilya. By the way, I double-checked the timeline. Shane and Rose start dating in November of 2016. And All Stars is in January 2017. So it's less than 2 months that they are together. And Shane is deep into these social media comments about himself and about Rose. And I just was struck by the way that it must feel like such a trap for him, because like the shipping online is out of control. And now he's got all these people who are like, they're so in love. Oh my God, this is perfect. And he's like, I don't want to be here. This isn't
It's
right.
also kind of wild that this is the only relationship he's ever going to have that is received this well by the general public.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
I'm sorry. I'm just like,
I'm sad.
But we also have Ilya deep in the comments. Like, he's looking at this. I love this, like, the synchronicity of, like, the cut from Shane looking at the comments to Ilya looking at the same comments. Marlowe calls him a beautician. That's hockey slang. Beautician is just, like, somebody who's liked on the ice and off the ice. Like, he's a good player and also a good person.
Continuing in the ways that Shane Hollander is just like me, this is, you know, his one last heterosexual Hail Mary relationship, you know, like his one last shot at being into women. I also did this, but, you know, the other way, obviously. And I went on a date with a man. It was a decent enough date. It's fine. Then we went on a walk afterwards and went to like Union Square Park in New York City. And he was like, okay, and just like kissed me. And I was like, oh, okay. And then like kept kissing me. And I was like, I don't think I want to do this. And all I could think about was the fact that I had like seen a rat as we were walking. So like that's how much I enjoyed this kiss with this man. And then I was like, well, maybe I don't like kissing at all. Like that's fine. And then got very drunk in a bar a couple weeks later with a very good friend of mine, and she kissed me in a different park in New York City. And I was like, oh no, I do like kissing. I don't like men. So much like Shane Hollander, you know, sometimes you just gotta have that one bad heterosexual experience to really convince you that you're like actually gay, you know? So I felt very seen by the relationship with Rose Landry, and that's all I have to say.
I bet you wish you were dating Rose Landry.
Yes. Absolutely.
When she first came on screen, I immediately clocked her as a girl that was from The Book Thief. Like, immediately, the first thing I said, I was like, is that the girl from The Book Thief, the movie from, like, 2010? And I told my friend that, and they're like, she's also in Yellow Jackets. And I was like, oh, okay.
You were like, oh, that's what the kids are calling it these days.
Is that what he's calling
Anyways,
it?
that's my fun story about Rose Landry.
Man in the Crease introduces us to another all-star game, but this time we're actually going to get Shane and Ilya together.
I fully did not pay attention to the timeline. I was like, oh, Shane's hair is bad, and then Shane's hair is good. They're younger, and now they're older. Like, I did not pay attention to the time. I, like, didn't even read them. I was like, I don't give a shit.
Shane enters the restaurant where this is the same restaurant where he and Rose met for the very first time. So
is it?
It is. So the first time they meet and then the breakup is at the same restaurant. But I've also noticed when they're
ending where we began.
Yeah. New beginnings where we first began, right? This is not like an ending. This is a new beginning for Shane. And so Rose takes his heterosexuality out back and just shoots it in the head in this scene. But
yeah,
the character assassination of any semblance of straightness in Shane.
I've also noticed that while they're sitting at the table, Shane doesn't have any alcohol. I think this signifies the fact that Shane is comfortable with Rose, is that he does not have any alcohol. She has a drink and he does not.
He no longer needs like 4 beers to talk to this woman. Or
even just his friends. He starts drinking when his friends are there.
Yeah.
Like, Rose starts to ask about whether there are any gay or any gay hockey players. But I really appreciate the way that she corrects herself. And she says, of course there are gay hockey players, but are any of them out? I thought that was very thoughtful on her part. I really appreciated that effort that she put in.
Yeah, that's great.
Rose is woke. We love it.
Yeah, she's taking down these hurdles to make it easier for Shane to get to her. Like, she's actively
Mhm.
dismantling hurdles, and I'm obsessed with that. Like, that is the kind
And
of allyship that we need, you know?
just simply saying that makes it feel less like being gay and playing hockey is crazy. It's like,
Mhm.
of course there are gay hockey players.
I
Of
don't even have to
course.
have that confirmed. Of course there are, but Shane is so anxious about this conversation. You can
Mhm.
clock his breathing,
Mm.
the way his eyes are kind of flicking around, and the way he's like trying to act nonchalant, but is failing so hard.
Dude, Hudson Williams, like, I feel so bad because I remember I watched the first episode and I was like, I don't know if this is like good acting or not. And like by like the second episode, I was like, this is great acting. And then like it was like the fifth and sixth episode where I was like, Emmys for everyone.
Uh-huh.
His like little expressions are so interesting. Like
Mhm.
the way he shifts while listening to people and the way he shows Shane as like when he gets overwhelmed or gets overstimulated and can't handle those emotions. I have a friend who's autistic and I was like, please watch this show. And he was like, I'm a straight man. I was like, stop talking to me. I was like, I need you to tell me like if this is accurate. And he was like, no, this feels like someone every time he's nervous and can't like get out what he wants to say, it comes across as someone that's like going through something where they're becoming overstimulated and they need to self-soothe or something like that. Like you even see like he rubs his like left eye or like right
Yeah.
eye all the time.
He touches his eyelashes. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, props to Hudson Williams. Also, because he's not like you always think when someone's really good at acting, you're like, oh, they're like this character in real life, and like they're both like the exact opposite.
Oh,
It's
he's
crazy.
so not.
Well, it's funny. We just talked to a friend of ours, Paige from the Evil Twins podcast, and she's a social worker, and she's also on the spectrum. And she was just telling us about how, like, Shane's autism presents very much in that she mentioned that people with autism tend to feel things a lot bigger and more intense than neurodivergent people do. And the way that
neurotypical people do.
Oh, did I? Whoops. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Like everything feels too much. That's why he's always got like these big tears in his eyes, but he won't let them fall because he has to keep it controlled. And she also mentioned that it seems like he thinks he's doing a really good job of hiding it, but he's not.
Mm.
The more that Rose talks, the wetter his eyes get.
Mm-hmm.
This scene just makes me feel like sobbing. Mal, I think you and I FaceTimed during this one, didn't we? Because we watched together.
Yeah, we did watch this one together.
And I just thought, like, that I was going to shit my heart out. Like, I just
yeah.
Oh, it's heavy. It's a
just,
lot.
It's crazy. Like, it's literally the first time he has, like, come out to someone that's not Ilya. And, like, Ilya wasn't, like, there emotionally at that point. Like,
No.
the walls are still up. We see them start to come down this episode. But, so, like, this is the first time he can actually talk about it and not just, like, with someone openly. And, like, I can't imagine, like, I remember when I first came out, when I first said it, I literally, I was like, oh my God, that feels so good to say. Like, it feels like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders. And I imagine like him during this conversation, at first he's holding it in, holding it in. And then when he starts to lighten up, he's letting his shoulders down a little bit because he's like, oh, finally someone knows.
I was thinking specifically about that because I think it really informs the situation if you watch this scene and realize at first that for Shane, this feels like a confrontation. He has never had this conversation before, ever. Nobody has ever dared say this to him, right?
Nope.
A lot of people haven't clocked this, but like he feels like he's being confronted. He feels like he's trapped. His shoulders are tight. His hands are together. He's like trapped, right? And yeah, I think that informs a lot of what happens. And then he starts to open up because I love how he says, I know the sex stuff is a problem. Like, I love that he's like, oh, can't say sex stuff, you know.
I also love the way that, sorry, you have represented this in your notes. It's like, I know the really tiny font, sex stuff is a problem.
Rose says it's not a problem. A problem is something you can fix. That validation
Such a good line.
so precious.
That I remember watching that for the first time, and like that was the moment that I was like, okay, we're gonna be okay. Like Rose, like, I think if the acting thing doesn't work out, like, she needs to become like a therapist or something, because like the way that she is able to like talk him off the ledge here should be studied. Like, this is an incredible conversation, and like it made me as the audience feel safe. Like, I was kind of like, okay, it's fine, you know, like she gets it, we're gonna get there, it's gonna, like, it's all gonna work out.
I love that you're like Rose Landry, worldwide superstar, famous actress. If acting doesn't work out.
Someone asked me, they're like, how realistic is this show, like in the gay community or like in hockey? And I was like, literally every single woman in the show is emotionally competent, like more than any other character, and I think that makes it 100% accurate.
No, see, the women are really the ones like moving the wheels forward. Like Rose has to tell Shane that he's gay. Elena has to tell Kip that he should schedule his shifts around the fucking Admiral's home games. Like, just, if not for the women, nothing would get done, and these men would be miserable. So like, shout out to the women.
Shane finally has the space to like actually talk to someone for the very first time ever, and he's trying to find the words. Like, he clearly wants to say something, but he can't find the words because he's never had to try. And then he's crying, and I'm crying. God,
we're all crying.
And then Rose asks if he's ever been with another guy. And this is where I was like, I gotta get out.
I gotta get out of here.
We cut to Ilya, but oh god.
What I also loved, it was like, it wasn't just like the best sex. It wasn't any sex stuff, but like even like the kissing and stuff, it was like they lingered on the moments before, the moments after, and you're like, Shane's, the wheels are turning in his head where he's like, oh shit, I think it might be something more to, yeah.
And Rose asks if he's ever told anyone that before, and he doesn't even say anything. He just shakes his head, and she says, was it different with a guy?
The enthusiastic yes head shake.
Yeah, much better with a guy.
Thank you, Jacob Tierney, for keeping the line about preferring to be the hole rather than the peg. Thank you, God, that they kept that line. I was waiting for it.
It was for me, it was so out of left field. I was like, Shane said that? Like, what are you talking about? And then afterwards, not to cut ahead, but like when they're outside, she's like, you're secretly one of the funniest people I've ever talked to. And I was like, maybe Shane is secretly funny, and we don't see it sometimes.
We've talked about how Shane is actually hysterical. It's just in a very different way than you typically encounter. I also love the fact that Rose says something about her other gay boyfriends. And we can already see the shift of acceptance with Shane, because he says, you've had other, and I'm like, oh, he's accepting. He's already starting to accept that he's already gay.
Like, he's accepting that he's one of the gay boyfriends.
Yes.
It's so interesting because I've watched 40,000 gay shows, and so many times the woman is used as a foil, or man is used as a foil, as like not necessarily like an enemy, but just like they're there to prove something. And this was one of the first times I've ever seen in a show where like the partner they weren't meant to be with, like they're straight, their beard, their cover, actually played like an emotional role in the story. And I was like, that is so like to like Rachel Reed and to Jacob Tierney, because like that is that never gets done. And it makes it so much more interesting than them just being, I know in real life straight people are very flat, but TV we can give them dimension.
A third dimension, if you will.
Yeah.
The music like lifts as Rose is leaving, and it almost kind of feels like an inhale for Shane. The way the music rises as he's standing there by himself with this new truth, this new beginning of like, okay, one person knows, now maybe two people can know.
I also love that the way that everyone online is like was so worried that she was going to crash into this bike rack. Like,
oh boy,
walking backwards. But because everyone gets a happily ever after, she does not tumble over the bike rack. I love how we go from like Shane's emotional support woman to Ilya's emotional support woman.
Mm-hmm. And Ilya's smoking again. So Ilya is laying in bed with Svetlana and he's smoking again. Because he doesn't have Shane, because it's a little bit of context from the book. I'm not going to try, I don't want to get too much into the book, but some context from the book is that while Shane is with Rose, the reason that Ilya doesn't reach out to Shane, it's not because he's mad. It's because he's like, I can't cope with being rejected by Shane, so I'm not going to make the effort. That's why they do not speak during this time.
What's crazy is he could have literally sent a hi text and Shane would have been on his doorstep hey, what's up? What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's granted, Ilya doesn't date people, but he hooks up with people all the time, and you see it in the show. And Shane's yeah, that's what Ilya does, whatever. And then the second Shane gets a girlfriend, Ilya's in the bathroom and I always was kind of what the fuck is this double standard? What, he's not allowed to get his dick wet? I mean, he doesn't, but hypothetically, you're being so mean about it. But I think it's because he realizes that if it is Shane, it is serious. He doesn't do the messing around.
That's very true, yeah.
Svetlana is in this scene in the book, but it's actually the first time that we meet Svetlana.
Actually, the first thing that the book says about Svetlana, the first line, the first time she's mentioned at all, is just Svetlana was his favorite. Svetlana is his favorite hookup. It is also mentioned in the book she does have she is blonde with blue eyes, and the book literally says she couldn't have looked less like ...
Yeah.
Couldn't have looked less like Shane Hollander.
And just the way that she's written in the show allows her to be that vehicle again for the internal monologue from the book, right? Because she verbalizes things that Ilya in the book is thinking but not saying, because we have this clued in Svetlana, right? So she's asking about Rose while Ilya in the book is thinking those same questions. Will Rose be at the All-Stars game? Am I going to get introduced to her? All this kind of stuff. So Svetlana brings up Shane, but she doesn't make any eye contact. She's kind of just casual, dipping the toes in the water, talking about how he's a great player and he's gorgeous and those hands.
So do we think she knows at this point?
I read it as she knows, especially when at the funeral after, and she's it's him, and instead of, but I think she's
do you think that she knows that it's Shane?
See, that's more my question, because I think she definitely knows that he has this thing going with Jane and that Jane is a man, and that's why he talks to this person all the time but has never actually gotten serious, because it is a man. But I'm trying to think how she would know it's Shane. I just don't know that there's been something.
I think that maybe she just suspects it, and again, this is her trying to be isn't he hot?
A couple times he comes up, that one, I don't know what episode it is, but the one was oh, okay. They're he's hot, and he's whatever, and he goes, why won't you admit he's hot? And I was if I was Svetlana, I'd be wait a second. I can't imagine her not there the whole time. I absolutely love her.
Yeah. And Ilya needs a friend, really and truly, because otherwise he has no one. The inclusion of Svetlana is one of my favorite things that the show did. Taking her and making her this bigger fixture in Ilya's life, I think is really, really good, because I need him to have something.
Yeah.
Something good in his life, please.
I kind of don't get the concept of being really close friends with someone and fucking them regularly. That blows my mind. But I told my friend who's straight, and I was he did rivalry, da-da-da. And I was yeah, his closest friends, they just fuck regularly. Can you imagine if we fucked regularly? And she was I'm going to stop texting you for an hour. And I was okay. It was just, it always, I'm wouldn't that get weird? But I think that just shows that Ilya really does separate sex and
emotion. Yeah.
We've also talked about the fact that Ilya started having sex at 14 years old as an escape.
Right.
And that's something that we learn in the second book, but I think it informs a lot about just the way that he is about sex and relationships, right?
Yeah.
And he tries really hard to be indifferent here, and he's she's I'd love to see you on a line together, and he's I don't think he can play wing. And she said, but you can. And it's just
dude, that part was so funny.
You would have him center me? Me?
Me?
So good.
Incredible. One thing about Ilya Rozanov is he loves to lay with his head in someone he loves lap, and he wants them to play with his hair. I love that multiple people do that for him. And we're at the All-Stars game! Yeah! Tampa Bay, oh my god.
Huge.
So, love Ilya's shirt, which is, I love that there were like little things like this from the book. Again, that Jacob Tierney was like, I'm not changing that. He's gonna wear a fuck ass shirt.
He wears so many fuck ass shirts.
But he makes it look so good.
He does, yeah.
And he sees Shane walking towards him, and as I don't know if everybody's noticed this, but as he picks up his Corona to like freaking down it, he breathes out. He goes, "Okay," before he, and I'm like, oh. He's like steeling himself for this interaction because he's scared, by the way. This is like Vegas before the awards, seeing Shane and being nervous all over again, right? Shane just like walks up to Ilya and doesn't think twice about it and just sits right down next to him.
I just want to know, why are there no limes in their Coronas? Why didn't they not put limes in those beers? A Corona with a lime is one of God's gifts, and I'm just really sad that they're having limeless Coronas.
I think his conversation with Rose like really stepped up his confidence 2 notches.
Mhm.
Like he would not have done this before, and we're stupid little. We'll get to it, but I want to beat that stylist with a stick. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. But Adam Sandler shirt looks better. Like this was
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't love his outfit.
It's bad. And he's like, I got a stylist. I'm like, what? Who? In what world? But like he's like, I think he's still like a little bit. My dog is whining at me. I'm talking about gay men. He's gay too, so he should know. But he got that tism in him, so he can't quite understand like what Ilya's getting at, but like you can see he's like more comfortable in talking and stuff like that.
No, Ilya's got to ask like 10 different ways. Are you here with someone? Did you bring Rose Landry? Do you have a girlfriend? Like, bro, he's got autism. Like, you gotta just ask. Just ask.
Very direct.
Like, for someone who's not like totally fluent in English, he certainly found a million different ways of asking the same question.
And I love that when Ilya's like, did you bring anyone with you? Shane's first
He's
thought
like, my
is,
parents aren't
not
here.
my parents. Bro, you're like 25. Why is your first thought your parents?
That, and also like when he was like, so this has nothing to do with Rose Landry, and he's like, no, Rose dressed really well, and I was like, Shane, come on, get to the point.
Shane, please, do you have a girlfriend? That's what he wants to know.
And like, I'm sitting here going, if you guys don't stop fucking staring at each other, everyone is gonna figure you out. Like, you're literally, what the hell is going on here?
The rivalry is heated. The gaze is heated. Like, there's a lot of heat.
The song Boys Will Be Girls is playing, and one of the lyrics is, I met a boy who didn't know he was so beautiful. He doesn't know it yet, but someday he could have it all. Look at him go. I like to look at the lyrics of the songs playing in these episodes.
And they're always so good and so topical for the moment.
This show has, I think, one of the best soundtracks like I've ever heard. Like no skips, banger after banger. They're all on my phone. I'm playing them.
Oh, yeah.
Not even thinking about Heated Rivalry, just because they're such good songs.
Oh, you're not thinking about Heated Rivalry when you listen to them?
Skill issue. Carter Vaughn, I love you, buddy. Oh my god.
What a guy.
What an ally.
And I love that he specifically calls Ilya Rosie, which is the first time we've seen him called Rosie. He's usually getting like Roz or Rozzy. This is the first time I can recall him being called Rosie, which I just think is kind of funny, you know, when you look at Rose Landry versus Rosie.
But also, Shane gets no nicknames.
Yes! Yes! And like,
it's such a big thing in hockey culture.
Yeah. Like Holly, it's right there.
Yeah, Halsey, Hall, Holly, yeah, whatever. No, but like, even it's such a big thing in hockey that even if, so for example, our goalie, his name is Yussi. We call him Yus. Our captain, Yossi. We call him Yos. We just take one letter off. It's a nickname. Boom. Done.
Yeah, no one ever does anything with Shane either. Like, it almost makes me wonder if it is supposed to clue us into the fact that he's sort of an outsider.
Not necessarily outsider, but again, calling back to episode 1, not the most social.
Yes, like not outsider, but like, yeah, not very social, and like no one feels like they can give him a nickname because he's not really friends with anyone.
He also takes everything so literal, or he'd be like, what? Like, one of my favorite moments in the whole series is in the first episode when he goes, you didn't chicken out. And he goes, I'm not a chicken. Like, he says it as if he's actually thinking about literal chickens. I'm like, I swear to God, if they called him Halsey, he'd be like, I'm not the singer-songwriter Halsey who did the album Badlands. What are you talking about?
There's another subtitle mistake here that I want to point out. Shane says, we're going to get a lot of that this weekend. And the subtitles say that Ilya says, it should give us a chance to get to know each other. He doesn't say that. He says, he should give us a chance to get to know each other. Not it. He's saying, hey, the guys should give us a chance to get to know each other. Maybe we'll have something in common.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's annoying to me because it changes the meaning. They know each other very well. That's the joke. I also love that we get Ilya calling him Pretty again.
So good.
Love it. Ilya busts out into laughter over Shane's stylist.
Right. And he looks like his life is flashing before his eyes when Shane's like, if I tell you something, will you promise not to tell anyone? Because like, I feel like in that moment, he has no idea what is about to come out of Shane's mouth. And he's like, what are you about to tell me? Are you about to break my heart right now?
There's a moment where right before Shane says that, he looks down at Shane's left hand. So,
are you married to Rose Landry?
I know. So did you already get married somehow?
And in the book, that is a thought. Is Ilya's like, is he about to tell me that he's engaged? Or that he doesn't ever want to see me again? Like, what is he about to say? And so he starts just chirping the fuck out of Shane. And he's like, I know what you wore.
Yeah, he knows what you wore because he's very used to taking it off of you. Thank you very much.
I loved his like laugh and smile here because the only time I'd seen it before is when they're first hooking up and Shane starts folding his clothes. And he has such a genuine laugh and smile on his face. And I was like, when has his little shit-eating grin when he's like playing hockey or something, like that's performative. It was like this laugh, this smile is so genuine. And the second it came out, I was like, oh yeah, we're back, baby. We're going to do it. We're going to do it tonight.
Ilya is actually just that TikTok sound that's like, I like that autistic man. You know the one? That is, anytime Shane does something that is just like so neurodivergent, he's like, yeah, give me that one.
Connor Story did an interview and they're like, when do you think is the moment they really fell for each other? And Connor Story was like, I literally think the moment it really hit him was when he texted him, how many times can you come in an hour? And he texted back, I don't know, 2. Because he was like, this is such a genuine, nice response. God, I loved that part.
You asked me the question, I answered the question.
Ilya brings up Rose again, and Shane uses the past tense, which is something that Ilya picks up on, so he pries a little bit more. And this is when Shane tells us that they're not compatible. And I wanted to mention that in the book, as soon as Shane says this, the line is, Ilya wanted to kiss him. And it is not lost on me the fact that in the show, Ilya is staring at Shane's lips. In this very moment where Ilya in the book is thinking, I want to kiss him, Ilya in the show is staring at his lips. Like, the internal monologue is understood so well by these actors that I hate it. I almost hate
staring
it.
Staring at
like,
his lips, likely thing for him to be doing.
In public, in tuxedos. When Shane leaves, one, he ain't slick. He gets up, and instead of like getting up and standing up to the right, he stands to the left and like crowds Ilya's space. Obsessed. I love that move. And also, as he walks away, the reason that Ilya puts his hand over his face is to cover his smile, because he's like, I'm gonna grin like an idiot if I don't cover my face right now, because he's so relieved. And oh god, yeah.
After the end of episode 4, I was like, wow, they're really going to stretch this out. Like, they're really not going to be together. And then, like, when the scene happened, I was like, oh, great, done with that, got it over with. Like, I loved how fast they did that.
My first thought, like when we get the wide shot kind of the whole bar, I was like, it feels like we're in prison. Like, this is such weird, like, decoration in this bar. But I saw someone online say that, like, no, this is like the bars of the prison that they've been living in, like, lifting, not all the way, because they're not all the way out, but like, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of beautiful, especially because I looked at it and I was like, what weird interior design? And I was like, wait, no, it means something.
I also love the fact that I think a lot of the interior design, I think that a lot of things that happen are actually coincidence. And I think it's beautiful the way that we as people, as people taking in these stories and as people creating these stories can then interpret certain things in certain ways to represent other layers that weren't necessarily there or that are there but weren't represented visually, but then we can create, like, it's a very artful thing that we can just like look at something. It's like looking at the clouds and seeing things in the clouds, you know?
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Kind of create meaning, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. We have the pool scene. We have Ilya with kids, which is fucking fantastic. We could actually afford children this time. So we do actually have real children.
That was like one of the first things I clocked in that episode. I was like, why are there just disembodied voices playing Hayden's children?
You can't catch me.
I mean, I think it's more because, I mean, Hayden's kids appear more in the long game, and I think you can't cast children now for like a tiny little cameo if you're gonna need them later, because like it would be different children. I mean, also they probably can't afford to like really cast children that are gonna like have lines, but yeah, I don't know, I think it's a lot of things, but like it is funny that there are children here, and then Hayden Hayden has like ghost children.
We're cutting back and forth between, I think we're seeing this wonderful representation of Shane and Ilya's future, right? It's Ilya playing with the kids, and then Ilya and Shane playing hockey together. It's so beautiful. I love cutting back and forth. I love watching them play together. And something that cracked me the fuck up is that someone theorized that when Ilya's like, show me your dad, who's your dad? And they point, and that Ilya like looks around, sees an enforcer, and is like, okay, I forgive you.
I don't want to fight with your dad.
As the hockey fan, I have to say the stick tap to say, pass me the puck. Oh my God. I'm wet. I can't. Oh my God.
Wait, they like tell each other when to pass it? See, I don't
So
get any
when you're
of
watching
this.
it in slow motion, Shane does a tap tap with his stick on the ice, and he's telling Ilya, pass me the puck. Like, I have the shot, pass me the puck. So it's incredible. And then Ilya gets to kiss Shane on the cheek in front of everybody, because everybody's just going to think on the helmet. But he's like, everybody's just going to think this is obnoxious Rozanov, right? But he can get away with it. And then in the book, the thought is he can't help it. He literally can't help it. He just does it. Because Shane literally says, what the fuck?
I think I physically got off the couch and like did a lap. Because I thought it was going to be like, it was going to have turmoil afterwards. And I was like, oh, 13-year-olds on AO3 don't watch hockey. So thank God. But like anyone could have clocked. I was like, guys, you're really spoiling it.
No, I swear to God. So actually, it's a tradition in hockey at the end of the game. Everybody has to kiss the goalie's helmet. Like, that's a thing. They're very much like, you score a goal and you get tackled by everybody, basically, every single time. Every single time. You get hugs, cheers, all this stuff. Kisses. Yeah, that's very normal for hockey.
They're doing so much gay stuff
shit
through like this very heterosexual thing, which is like so wild to me. Like, I just think so often of that, like, you construct intricate rituals to touch the skin of other men thing, you know, that people say online. Like, that is what sports are, because it's like, why are you kissing each other if you don't actually want to kiss each other in real life? I think you want to kiss each other. That's what I'm saying. It's homoerotically charged. Thank you.
Oh my God, those like fucking the bottom exercises they do before the game.
The bottom exercises?
He's like, why is there so much gay hockey books? I had no idea. And then I watched that and I was like, anyone who watches that would be like, oh shit, gay hockey books. All right, let's get started on it. Every time I watch it, I'm like,
You mean the thigh stretches, like the hamstring
Yeah.
stretches? Yeah.
Yeah, but what is it? But like, what are we really preparing for, guys? Come on. It actually looks like a really nice stretch. It actually looks like it'd be nice. I actually don't want to roast it too badly, but holy shit, the first time I saw someone doing it, I was like, how many gay people are in this show?
Erin's like, the only reason I haven't tried that stretch myself is because I fear that if I get down there and try to do that, I will suddenly hear a disembodied wolf whistle. And we have the beach scene. Ilya says, found you. And Shane says, so you were looking for me? And he says, of course not. And my note was just, I will always find you. Like,
now, when you say I will always find you, what immediately rings in your head?
nothing.
Okay, cool. So I'm a weirdo. I used to have a Once Upon a Time podcast, and I will always find you is a huge part, like a huge motif of that show.
Wait. Isn't that what the Mad Hatter is saying to his daughter? Doesn't he say that to his daughter?
Yes, and also like a lot of the other characters say, I will find you. It's like a big thing. Hey, but you know what else is a big thing? I see the budget. Is this scene filmed on a soundstage?
Oh, I clocked it so hard.
You did?
Did you not? Like, I
No.
literally, I laughed out loud. I was like, y'all couldn't afford a beach, and I was like, I guess they filmed in Canada. I don't know what the beaches look there, but like, fully, like I was like, damn, look at that fake ass sunset. And then I was more impressed by the acting because it must be weird to just act on a soundstage on fake sand. Like at one point, Ilya looks behind him to make sure no one's looking, and I'm like, he literally just looked, and it's like the crew set, like right there.
I did not clock that this was a soundstage. I thought they did it really well.
Camille.
I went to film school, so I
fuck
look
you.
closely at movies.
I run the pit details, but fuck me, I guess. Ilya has looked up the word compatible because he's an anxious king, and he just wanted to be sure that he understood correctly, and he triple checks that Shane is not with Rose. And I love the mixture of like relief and sadness on Shane's face when Ilya finally touches him. I love the way that there's so much conflict on Shane's face and we can only see half of it. Like, how are you doing that?
Again, Hudson Williams, the actor you are.
God.
Crazy. I also love that like Ilya reaches out first, but he's not the one who like makes the proposition that like we're gonna take this somewhere else. We're gonna they don't sleep together, but like the exchanging of room numbers in the past, do they? I thought they just talked.
I assumed they were slamming into the headboard after that cry session, as everyone should after a cry session.
I'm an idiot.
It's like, okay, well, I'm not a gay man.
Okay,
sorry.
Okay, so listen, I'm not this horny. Okay, I'm sorry. So okay, so they do sleep together, but like Shane is the one who has to ask about the exchange of room numbers because like Shane is the one who ran away last time when Ilya got real, or a little more real than they had been previously. And so I like that.
Did he accidentally jizzed Shane's name, you mean?
Oh my God.
Ilya reaches out and is like, I'm still here, I'm still down, but Shane is the one who has to be like, okay, yes, now I'm ready for this. And like that, I appreciate that. Like
Ilya has been burned.
Yeah, and it's not just Ilya dragging Shane along into all these things. Like, Shane is actively being like, what room are you in? We're gonna meet up.
But I have something to say about this. Because, like, Shane, like, finally is just like, what room are you in? And it cuts to Ilya, and Ilya, instead of, like, being, like, looking like he's in love or, like, looking, he's like this, like, and I was like, he thinks it's going to go back to the way it was. Boy, no, too late. Everyone has feelings now.
I literally had that in my notes is, how do you guys, like, what do you see on Ilya's face? Because to me, it doesn't look horny at all. It looks devastated to me. So I've seen like so many different opinions.
Horny? Like, if you're not really looking, because his face is, like, in shadow, he's, like, looking down and, like, looking kind of, like, his head is directed down, but his eyes are, like, kind of looking up at Shane, which, like, could be really horny. And if you're not really paying attention, it, like, looks sort of like a, But if you, like, really look at his eyes, like, he looks scared. He looks nervous. Like, he knows that this is, like, I think this whole time, this whole episode, Ilya is looking for the point of no return, either where we end this entirely or we can no longer end it. Like, we address that there is something here and we like have to move forward with that. Like, this is
the fork in the road.
Yeah.
From what I see on his face, the way I've always interpreted it is, are you about to break my heart? That's what I see. But it's interesting, Erin, because you're not the only person that I have seen with that take. So I think that it has to be a mixture of all of it. But I love that we all interpret it so differently.
Well, if I ever meet Connor Story, I ask him, and then I'll be like, why are you talking to me? I'm too famous. I'll be like, fair enough. I might also read it that way because the second Shane's back in the room, Ilya's like, okay, and he doesn't see this kind of whirlwind conversation coming. He kind of looks like thrown off. He's like, what are we doing
This is serious.
now?
And he's gone from ignoring calls from Alexei because we're picking up that something's happening now. So we're getting calls from Alexei. And then by the time that Shane gets to Ilya's room, he is so anxious. Like, his whole demeanor has changed. His breathing, again, crazy. Like, just the breath work that Hudson Williams does. I said it last time. I'll say it again. He doesn't just act with his face. He doesn't act with his whole body. He acts with his entire nervous system. Like, Hudson Williams engages every part of himself in his performance, and it's crazy to watch. I just want everyone to notice that there's ginger ale in the mini fridge.
Oh, clocked it immediately.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ginger ale.
Yeah.
And I have my traditional recording ginger ale as well, so just so everyone knows, I always have one.
So Shane starts into the whole conversation of, it's not just me, right? I have been doing this thing where I'm prepping for these episodes. I watch the episodes and then I go and I read the chapters in the book to kind of like glean a little bit more insight, right? This scene is so nearly word for word. It's bananas. But Shane, one big notable difference is that Shane apologizes multiple times for having left. Shane doesn't do that in the book. I think that's a big deal. I like that that's added in because that is a very Shane thing to have apologized.
He's Canadian. He apologizes.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I hurt.
That.
I'm sorry.
I think it also just shows how clocked in he is to Ilya's emotions. Like, he could tell that really hurt Ilya, and he was like, oh, I need to apologize for that, which I was like, honestly, just impressed with Shane for like clocking that. But like, why would they change it? This is genuinely, I think, top 3 of my favorite scenes from the whole entire show. Yeah. There's so many lines in this that I was watching it and I was like, yes, like,
yes.
Like, absolutely, like every single line. It's so hard to explain, but like, I went to school for film and television for writing it, and you have to be so economical with your words and like get as much as you can out of your words. I mean, not me, which is why I was bad at it. But like every single line tells so much about each of them. And I was just, I was blown away by this scene. I love this scene.
I got to the point where I was taking notes, and then this entire scene in my notes, it literally just became quotes because I didn't even know what to say anymore. I was just so blown away by the dialogue, which again snaps, for Rachel Reed, because she wrote this. This is hers. This is not like adapted. This is hers, except for like a few lines, right? Most people in the fandom make a lot of jokes about this moment, right? It's meme fodder. Yes.
Yeah, it is meme fodder. Oh, fucking.
I think I'm gay.
The concept of coming out to your top of 7 years, like, it is funny. But also, I do wish that Ilya took it a little more seriously because, like, notably, in the whole conversation with Rose, which is like the first time he has ever told anyone that he is not sleeping with that he is gay in some form, he never actually says it. This is the first time he is saying the words. And Ilya just laughs at him, and it breaks my heart every time I watch Ilya laugh at him because I'm just like, no, this is the first time he's saying these words. This is such a big deal, and you're laughing.
Ilya does this thing where he like, he's emotionally one of the most interesting characters I've ever seen on TV, because like you can tell when his walls go up and down emotionally, like you can tell like line to line. And I think the second Shane came in and was like trying to be serious, he was like, I'm putting up 15 defensive walls and 3 of those are going to be jokes. So I think like that laughing was him, like he was being mean because he doesn't want to have this conversation.
Right.
And you can see him being not even nicer, but just like more honest with his answers as the conversation goes on. So to me, it seems like very on trend for him.
Right. No, like it makes sense. It's just that I wish that he didn't laugh at Shane the first time he says he's gay.
But I don't think he's laughing at Shane. I think that it's like later in the scene he says, "Don't fucking do this."
Fuck. I'm gonna start
Don't
crying.
fucking. I know, right? He goes,
God.
"Don't fucking do this, Hollander."
Jesus.
Yeah.
I think that informs the laughter. It's the, "Oh, don't do this." Because again, this is the fork in the road. We're seriously fucked. If you say what I think you're about to say, we are fucked, bro.
Right.
Every time he's about to have these big serious moments with Shane, he's either missing a call from Russia, or he's getting a text from Russia, or these every moment where he has these big like earth-shattering or like everything's about to tilt on its axis moments, there's communication from Russia right beforehand. There's a reminder of Russia right beforehand every single time. And I just love, back to the I think I'm gay. It's not this is one of those things where I'm like, haha, like I can laugh at the joke, but also after hearing it a couple times, I'm like, okay, haha.
Haha, but also.
It's so important. We do so much implication of sexuality these days because, like, I don't know, do we just think it's easier to just not say it but imply it? Like, we also notice this in, like, dating, right? We don't communicate clearly. We're exclusive. We're dating now. You just kind of start dating and then you don't know what you are. And I think that is a very, like, that goes hand in hand with the fact that I'm like, no, just say it. Claim it. Say it out loud. Make it a fact, right? The importance of Shane making it a fact that he is gay is so vital.
Yeah. I mean, I think I also am coming at it as someone who kind of did what Shane did for a long time and just kind of clung to, well, I could be bisexual. I could still fall in love with a man. I could still have this like quote unquote socially acceptable relationship. I could still do this thing that people expect from me. Like it doesn't matter that I'm attracted to the same gender as myself. Like it's fine. It's fine. Like I don't have to address this and it can all still be fine. And like the finally admitting to myself and then to other people, like, I am gay was huge and groundbreaking. Like I had I kind of joke that like I'm bad at coming out because twice I tried to like come out to someone and I didn't say the words I'm gay because I like wasn't ready to say that, and the person I was coming out to didn't get it. Like one of those people was my mom, one of those people was my college roommate. And so like the words I am gay are just so much, you know? Sometimes I don't know, to me, I see so much of myself in Shane Hollander, and so in this moment, I'm like, I am Shane Hollander, and if I was coming out to someone I had been sleeping with and I was like, I'm gay, and they, like, laughed, like, he's stronger than me, because I don't think I would have been able to continue this conversation, because I would be crying.
Ilya finally sits next to Shane because Shane says, sorry if I'm being boring again. So Ilya finally sits next to him, and Shane says, it's not just being gay, it's you, it's this. Being gay is one thing, but this fucking your arch rival is another thing. And Ilya says, that's why it is a secret. This is the moment where we start to introduce the conflict for season 2. It's not necessarily, like, yes, coming out is a big deal. We have not seen Scott Hunter come out yet, right? So it's not necessarily that. It's the arch rival of it all, right? So we're starting to see that shift in that we're admitting, like, yes, we have feelings. This might be okay. Now there's another side.
But there's this other hurdle that we have to get over, which is the we're rivals.
Everyone thinks we hate each other. And Shane says, it was nice. And Ilya says, it was. And Shane says...
Sorry, I'm like, my heart is pounding right now.
No, it's okay, it's okay. So he says, it felt like we could be something. And Ilya says, we can't be something, Hollander. And Shane says, would you want to be?
If we could? Every single time, I'm like, why am I crying? I literally knew they were about to say this, but would you want to be if we could?
And I'm like,
God.
buddy, you don't even know. More than he wants to be alive, he wants to be with you.
They make me feel so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
And I'm like, oh my God, how insane is it that they're finally actually communicating for like the first time ever, and we're all just like screaming and running in circles because it's so profound. There's so much that has been bottled up for so long.
7 years! 7 fucking years!
And Ilya tells him, he's like, no, I can't go back to Russia. I would not be able to be, I could not go back to Russia, right? It's the Russia of it all. And his voice breaking when he says he doesn't want to find out what would happen to him, bro.
This is such an interesting layer to me because, like, coming out in general, a whole hurdle. Coming out when you present as this super mask dude doing a mask sport, a whole other hurdle. Coming out and you're Russian, like, it adds so much more to, like, in the fact that, like, even though there's so many times where, like, Ilya was sad about his dad, and I was like, fuck your dad. And I was like, don't be sad about him. But I'm like, he cares about his family. Like, when he was like, I would never be able to go home again. And I was like, fuck, he wouldn't. Like, that is so many more hurdles. Like, I can't even, I saw an Instagram post. I'm sorry, I can't remember who said it. That was like, literally, Ilya, when he comes out, he can never go back to his mom's grave. And I was like, that's, like, he's really giving up a whole...
And he's so eager to do it.
Yeah.
The second book, he's like, why aren't we more gay? Like, the second book, he literally, every other time, he's like, can we come out now?
He's like, I see you're gay, and I raise you gay? Like, can we just...
Like, well, because I think for Ilya, it's like, yes, he has more to lose, but he also has more to gain, you know?
Whole family.
Because, like, I think when he finally accepts this about himself and, like, really gets into it with Shane, it, like, he realizes just how good things are in a way that they've, like, never been for him before. And so it's like,
thank you for pasta.
I'm giving up one home for another, and, like, yes, I wish I didn't have to make this choice, but at the end of the day, it's not the
easiest choice I've ever made.
Yeah. I think his dad picked the perfect time to die for, like, I mean,
bro, you
honestly,
picked the horniest time.
He should have died earlier, but, like, no time better than the present. Like, his father needed to be out of the picture in order for Ilya to finally let this past part of his life go.
I asked our Russian correspondent about LGBTQIA in Russia. Okay. This is what they had to say. They said, it's extremely underground, but a big community. It's very dangerous to be out. Many who have the resources move to other countries. They said, in the Sochi Olympics and the show, if they get caught, not just Ilya, Shane would also be in danger. So Ilya pushing him away so hard has an extra layer to it. In Russia, propaganda of a gay relationship is illegal, and being out is propaganda. So that's how you can be arrested for being gay there, is that you are spreading propaganda by being out.
I love to spread gay propaganda.
I was gonna make exactly the same joke, and I was like, oh my God, Russia got me. Like, I'm out here spreading good word.
Let me give a propaganda at those other gay people.
Damn. Yeah. And Ilya, we finally find out, you know, this is the first time Shane is, like, learning anything about Ilya's family.
It's been 7 years, by the way.
His father is police. His brother is police. His mother is dead. And Shane says, I'm sorry. And he says, I was young. And I'm like, you need help. You're in so much pain. You need help.
It doesn't matter how young you were when you have never unpacked this. Like,
I was young. Oh, so you're telling me it fundamentally informed you as an adult human? Like, it fundamentally changed your brain? Like, what? Oh,
what's so, like, when he mentioned in the other episode that his mom died when he's with his dad, I low-key thought they were gonna, like, it was just gonna be kind of like a throwaway, oh, dead mom, like, we don't know it, and then it develops into what it does, and I'm like, Rachel Reed, Jacob Tierney, thank you, these characters are so interesting.
Well, and at this point, he has been without his mom longer than he was with her.
And then he also, not to, like, throw another brick, but when he starts to cry, he apologizes for it. And I thought about the fact that he knows that the emotion is what scared Shane last time. And so he's looking away and he's crying and he's apologizing for crying because he knows that last time that's what scared Shane. And this time, instead, it just brings Shane closer. Shane climbing onto his lap and rocking him like a baby.
Oh.
This is the first episode of the show with no sex on screen, and it is the most intimate episode of the show, simply because of the intimacy that they show without any nudity whatsoever.
See, that's why I'm like, they didn't sleep together because the show didn't show it to me.
No, and then they immediately cut to the bed is a mess. Ilya's in his underwear. There's an open ginger ale can on the nightstand.
All right, yeah, you're right.
Just a little nightcap after.
Woo! Shane Hollander.
Going crazy.
Maybe he'll even have a second ginger ale. He's feeling really crazy.
And then we finally get first names again. We get to try it again.
That part. I was
nobody talks about that enough.
Oh, that was my favorite part. I was like, okay.
Good night, Shane.
The walls came down. We're coming down. Okay, we're getting closer. Mm-hmm. And the way like Shane just like kind of smiles and goes like, "Good night, Ilya." I'm like, yeah, you didn't react crazy this time.
You had a normal reaction to someone calling you by your name. Woo! It's also important to me to point out that in the book, after this encounter is when Shane realizes that they can text about things that are not hooking up. Like, they start texting about the guy on the Admirals who got arrested, whose name I can't remember because he doesn't matter. Our first sign of crossover between the first book and the second. And Shane's like, wow, why haven't we been doing this the whole time? We can talk about hockey. And I was like, good God, men.
Dude.
You've been sleeping together for 7 years and you just figured out you could text?
I need to mention one thing before we move on from this scene.
Okay.
Ilya's reaction at the end.
Oh, just the full body. Yeah.
He looked like he said it. He was like, "Good night, Shane." And afterwards he was like staring. He was like, "I am so fucked." Mm-hmm. Like that part, because like I was like, it ended so nicely, and then I saw him and I was like, something's. And then like in the book, you don't see it in the show, but in the book, he's like, I need to end this
every time. And then he's with Shane, and he's like, I can't end it. And then every time Shane leaves, he goes, oh God, I have to end it. And they are both doing this.
Yes.
Shane comes to his hotel room to end it. Like that. At this point in the book, which is, I think this is about 60% through the book, they're both going, I gotta end this. I gotta end it. Boston Lily's texting you. I love the way that Shane, like, we all talk about the fact that Shane is getting dressed to leave as he's typing. I want to go a little bit deeper than that. Shane pauses typing a specific message to put his sweatshirt on or his sweater on, and then finishes typing the message. I love that.
He just wants Ilya to beg him to come over. Like, there was never any part of him that was not going to come over, but he's gotta get Ilya to beg a little.
I also love when he's like, it's not, I don't care. Loki, like, I know there's gonna be a lot of amazing scenes in the next season. Loki, the ones I'm looking forward to the most is Hayden finding out. I think it's gonna be so funny, and I think it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited so good. Dude, I can't wait for every single interaction between Ilya and Hayden.
If they could please give me My Dinner with Hayden, Jacob Tierney, I would owe you my life. I love that short little story. I love the way that Ilya and Hayden hate each other and then kind of become friends who pretend to still have beef for the bit. Like, it's just
Montreal's 15th best hockey player.
Montreal's 15th best hockey player. All don't like me. Oh no.
Alexei is calling again while Ilya and Shane are laying in bed together. And Shane opens this door of conversation for them, right? Again, is just like worth mentioning that Shane knows that something is wrong, specifically because Ilya does not ask him to come over before games. So even during the sex scene, Shane is like, something's wrong with Ilya.
I have successfully clocked an emotional situation.
I also really like the fact that Ilya says enough, like to tell Shane, like, no, I don't want to talk about this. But the body language of this moment is that he is like, he has his hand on Shane's knee and he's like rubbing Shane's knee. And it's very reminiscent of the bathroom scene in Vegas where before he says no to Shane, he like pulls him close and they have this like moment of breathing together and like almost embracing because he wants to make it clear through his body language that he's not rejecting Shane, even though it might sound that way, because he knows that Shane is going to take things quite literally. And so he initiates that physical contact of like, you're not being rejected. It's just a no.
When they do talk, they're very good at it. They're very good at knowing it. Like in the second book, I know I keep mentioning the second book, but like they're very good about like when they do talk, like understanding each other's boundaries and understanding each other. They just don't do it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because they're men. Men don't talk.
And then we get one of my favorite lines of the whole season that I love to say is, Shane Hollander is an asshole.
Everyone must know this.
It was like one of the, not first times, but it was like one of the first times I think we saw them together in bed, like being playful. Like just like it felt like a real couple. And I was watching it and I was like, dude, we're getting toasty. Like we're getting to the part where it's about to be a relationship.
We're like, oh, we're getting fucking married, bro. Like, there's no doubt
like
about it.
First episode's dick sucking. You're like, yeah, okay. And then like by the 5th episode, they laugh together in bed and you're like, this is crazy, dude.
This is the most explicit I've ever fucking seen, bro. One of my favorite beasts ever is Locker Room Ilya.
Yes. He's such a good captain. Captain.
Yes.
Fuck San Francisco.
$1,000 for every goal scored tonight.
Oh, that was so good.
Montreal goes home crying. Please, please.
Obviously, the team misunderstood. It's his broken English or something. They misunderstood. They have to give Ilya $1,000 for every goal scored tonight. So they all owe him.
And he scored a hat trick, because I know what that is. That's 3 goals.
Yeah, they all owe him $3,000 now. And Ilya answers the phone. The music abruptly cuts, and he says, "What the fuck do you want?" Except he doesn't say that. He says, "What do you want?" Again, I'm gonna get into it. The Russian subtitles for the rest of this episode, just as they are in the other episodes, awful. Completely inaccurate, unfortunately. The next day, JJ tells Shane that Rosanov didn't go to Nashville with the team. Go Preds. And Hayden's like, oh, maybe he's...
Sorry, this is also one of my vocal tips. I will be in my kitchen making coffee and be like, did you hear about Rosanov?
Rosanov?
Did you hear about Rosanov? He did not go to the game? Like, just
Nashville?
by myself.
You did not go to Nashville?
Did you hear about the Rosanov?
The way he says Rosanov is so
I know,
good.
I was like, we get it, you're French, okay?
Oh, Quebecois. Like, okay.
Boo the French.
So
it's also like, oh, why would you bring it up if you don't have any more information? You're just like, he's just like, he didn't go to Nashville.
He's like, oh my God, did you hear about Rosanov? What about Rosanov? He didn't go to Nashville. What happened? I don't know.
Okay. He's like mad at like Shane for asking questions. He goes, "What's the big deal?" And I was like, "Well, how do you even know then?"
He's like, "I don't know, ESPN." And I'm like, "Fuck you! Oh my God."
JJ is not a real gossip girly, and like, this is how you know JJ is straight, because he's not ready to gossip.
Hayden's like, maybe he's sick or he's injured, and Shane's like, "No, he's not. I mean, he didn't seem like it." And Hayden clocks this shit. I know Hayden's stupid, but I know Hayden's like,
Well, this is one of the things that I think Hayden is just kind of putting things in the mental filing cabinet, and he's like, I'm not going to unpack all of this, but then the second that he gets the concrete proof that, like, Shane is gay, because Shane tells him that he's gay, all the things in the filing cabinet, he's like, oh, wait, and that's why he can put
really?
It's literally going to be like, he's going to a beautiful mind all these memories and be like, wait a second, they'll all come together.
It'll be like BBC Sherlock mind palacing his way through the information.
No, It's the meme of Una Hollander waking up in the middle of the night going, the elevator. But Shane picks up on this. He's like, this is a red flag. He would be with the team. Why is he not with the team? So he texts Ilya and he doesn't hear back. Nighttime, he goes home. He's checking his phone, still hasn't heard back, goes to get a drink, and then is like, fuck it. And for the first time ever, calls Ilya.
And we get the best voicemail of all time. I for real considered changing my own voicemail greeting because I just love it so much. You get the, hi, this is Ilya. I will never listen to your voicemail. Incredible.
We have the return of bespectacled and befrectacled Shane, who I love so dearly. This is, it's like the most gentle line of Ilya's, potentially in the entire season so far, is...
You wear glasses.
The way his voice kind of cracks when he says glasses, and you have to just think about the fact that he is overwhelmed all of a sudden by seeing Shane's face, and Shane is beautiful.
And Shane is wearing glasses.
And Ilya's bricked up. No.
Well, that too.
I love that he just keeps coming back to the glasses. He's like, I'll be better when I see you in your glasses again. And then Shane puts them back on and he says happy. And I like the fact that Ilya says happier. Not happy, happier.
He's not happy, but he's happier.
I think that this is a big thing I wanted to talk about, is I think that this scene informs both of their characters a lot. Because we know that Shane is a quality time girly and Ilya is a physical touch girly.
Probably two of the best love languages to have when you're in a long distance relationship, because they're very much the two that you have to be together to do.
Their love languages do just butt up against each other here, because Shane very much wants Ilya to talk to him and Ilya does not want comfort that way. Ilya wants physical comfort, right? He wants to escape through sex.
But really, he wants to lay on Shane's lap and have Shane run his fingers through his hair. That's really what he wants there, but he's like, I'll settle for phone sex.
Yeah. But I think this is the root of a lot of their conflict, is that they are both romantics, but in a very different way. Shane is in a very quiet way, and Ilya is a romantic in the I will burn everything down for you sort of a way.
That's have you seen them? Oh God, I feel so bad talking about these tweets and stuff, and I can't remember who they did, so shout out to credit whoever it is. But it was I love that Shane jealousy looks suicidal and that Ilya jealousy looks homicidal.
Yes.
Ilya is a romantic in the I will burn it all down for you way, and Shane is a romantic in the I will put out this fire for you sort of a way.
That's fucking cringe.
I will build something for you.
Yeah.
God, imagine being in love. That's cringe.
But that's the conflict of season 2, right? We are starting to build that conflict now. We are setting the foundation of that conflict right now, right? Is Shane wants to talk. Ilya doesn't want to talk.
That's a common thing in a lot of relationships. You have to learn how someone else wants to be loved and also how they show love. Because if those things are not aligned, then it feels like you don't love me as much as I love you. But really, you do, you just show it differently. And I do think it is an important thing to know. You have to know how you feel loved, and you have to know how your partner feels loved, and you have to kind of find a nice balance. And it is something that they have to work towards.
I already chose you, Hollander.
Oh, why did you bring that up?
Why would you say that to me? Why would you say that to me? Why would you say that to me?
Now, again, massive thank you to our Russian correspondent, okay, because we're going to get into a lot of stuff here. We are in Russia now. We have Ilya alone in this room where he spent so much time caring for his father. And he's an orphan now. He has no one.
I love that little scene by himself. It was it added so much for me, seeing him by himself there.
Tell us about that as someone who studied film.
I think I saw a little bit of the old Ilya. That's what I found kind of interesting. I felt, again, what is so good about this show is it's Connor Story and Hudson Williams are so good at portraying these nuances of emotion. The way you can see their walls go up and down when they're trying to figure it out. And like when I saw it, it was just him looking out the window, and it was like that room. I mean, or you can kind of infer it was the apartment where his dad yelled at him and where he had to give his dad his meds that one time. Like there's just so much there, and it's so heavy. And he looks so like he can't handle it. And then he, has a drink because it was just, and it was only like 3 seconds. And I was like, so much said. And like one quick scene. Absolutely amazing.
The sound effect of like the wind to make us as the audience feel cold. This place is cold. We will not find acceptance here. This place is cold. And then also just the fact that, yes, we see the old Ilya, but there's something about it that is so this Ilya trying to break out, or this Ilya is below the surface, because this Ilya is getting further and further from being able to contain himself. He is so close to just being like, fuck it, I can't do this anymore. Right? We cut to this funeral dinner. There's a frame with medals on it that we get a shot of, but it's not translated, so I sent a screenshot, and our friend says that it says, "For patriotism and service to the country." They also said that they think that Ilya's character is a perfect capture of a millennial in Russia who grew up more free because the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, right? So that is the year that Ilya is born. And so he has a little more freedom than someone born prior to that. They also said that Ilya is so expressive and impressive in Russian. And I said, do you mean without the swear words? And they said, yes. I'm bummed that the subtitles added them. They also said he's the most fun and the most sad person all at the same time, and that's the Russian soul in a nutshell. So what I did was I asked them to watch the scene and tell me whether the subtitles in English were correct or not. Spoiler alert, there's like no swearing in this scene at all, okay? There are 7 mistakes. I'm going to go through them with you. The first mistake it's not don't fucking touch me. He says, get your hands away. So like, get your hands off me. Number 2, Alexei says, tell me the fucking plan. No, he doesn't. He doesn't swear at all. He says, tell me the plan. Alexei says, I have a child and a fucking wife. Nope. He doesn't swear. He says, I have a child and a wife. Number 4, every fucking day before he died. Nope. No swearing. He talks about caring for his father every day before he died. He doesn't swear. Number 5, Svetlana says he's not worth anything. She actually just says he's nothing. Number 6, there is no this fucking city. It's just this city. Number 7, close your fucking mouth is actually close your dirty mouth. So that's 7 mistakes. There's like no swearing in this scene.
That's really interesting. And it makes me wonder if they just added the swear words to the captions to be like, no, they're angry. So we want the
Russian.
audience to see that because they would be swearing, but like they're not.
And they're expressive
weird.
enough that you would be able to understand the tone without the swear words. So yeah, I don't get it. Is this the only time that we actually see Ilya and Alexei together?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, in person, yeah.
No, this is. I was gonna say, I would be like, don't we see him briefly? I'm like, no, that's his dad. We see briefly in episode.
Yeah, he
2.
spends time with his dad, but not his brother.
Yeah.
I also wondered before he gets up from the table what he says to Svetlana, because she looks up at Alexei, and I wonder if he's like, I'm gonna talk to Alexei, like just lend an ear kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Stand
by.
Keep an eye out. Yeah. The song that's playing in the background in the beginning of the scene, by the way, is called Cranes. It's one of the most famous Russian World War II ballads, and it's about souls that never returned home. Our Russian correspondent says it is a truly, truly heartbreaking song, but it's a very famous song.
I remember when they were playing it, I was like, Jesus Christ, like, fuck.
Yeah, like this is a sad song.
And Ilya does not get violent until Alexei calls Svetlana a whore, and then he loses his shit.
Yes.
No, you can say whatever you want about me, but the second you talk bad about someone I love, I'm gonna fuck you up. And I respect that.
Kill him. But actually, like, you can't for a bunch of reasons, but like, kill him. Listen, you only get in trouble if you get caught. I'm famous for saying that.
I give Hudson Williams a lot of credit for the way that he breathes in these big emotional scenes. Ilya's breathing throughout the remainder of this scene. The hyperventilation of it all. The like very shallow breaths, but he's trying to get oxygen. Like, I implore you to watch this scene and try to follow his breathing with your own and see how that changes the way your brain is feeling. Because the way you breathe makes you feel differently. So watch this scene and try to like breathe along with him. And it kind of, again, I've been saying it informs, but it really informs the performance here and the character and the way he's feeling. And so snaps, because that was great.
I mean, like this episode, like I remember, did you guys see that famous tweet where it was like, heated rivalry can't be nominated for any Emmys? And someone was like, call the FBI, call Kamala Harris, call Chapel Rowan. Great tweet. But like, I honestly, I remember watching that and then the scene afterwards. And I was like, if I was an Emmy voter, I would be like, this is it for me. Like out of all the TV I've seen of 2025, this is by far the best acting I've seen.
Ilya is going to let his brother keep his apartment. He's going to set up a trust fund for his niece that she can't have until she's 18. So he is taking care of her in a way, but this is the moment where he's like, get the scissors. I'm severing all of the ties. I'm fucking done. I'm out.
Good for him.
Snip, 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 snip.
Good for him.
I'm done. I'm out. No apartment, nothing. I'm done. I'm not coming back. I love, after Alexei leaves, that Svetlana is checking his hands. She picks up his hands to check his hands. She's fixing his clothes. One of the most important things in this scene is that he says, I don't deserve you. And she says, yes, you do.
You deserve good things. You deserve to have people in your life.
You deserve sunshine.
Yes. Yes.
That is so important to, like, I'm begging writers to stop the fucking jokes in serious moments. Stop with the whole, I don't deserve you. You're right, you don't. Like, no. Embrace the emotion and say, yeah, you do.
On one hand, I agree with that, but on the other hand, I have anxieties and depressions. So if someone's like, you deserve me, I'm like, bro, or you deserve happiness. I'm like, they're fucking joking.
Yeah.
The first time someone ever told me they love me, he went and he was like, I'm bi. Unfortunately, I have dated men. But he went, I love you. And I went, oh, come on now. I did not know how to respond.
At least you didn't look him dead in the face and go, holy shit.
Dude, God, can I do a cottage episode too? I don't care if you have another guest. I'll sit in the corner and go like this.
The one, and maybe this is better kept for episode 6, but I'm going to say it anyway. The joke that drives me crazy is every time people are like, it's okay that you're gay, Shane, but why does it have to be him about Ilya? Like, because he's so wonderful and so lovely. And the fact that, like, no one sees that drives me so crazy. And I'm like, that has to weigh on him, especially as somebody who doesn't think that he deserves this good thing, you know?
Like, when he was saying that, when he was like, I don't deserve you, I was like, he's been putting on this persona for so long that he thinks he's that persona. And I'm like, no, man.
We now move into the moment that, because this was not in the book, I think everybody watching it gasped out loud, is the I love you, I know you do, I love you too, but it's not the same as it is with Jane. And Ilya, I love the fact that his mouth drops open audibly. Like, I'm obsessed with the fact that he literally goes, and she's like, it's okay, it's all good. She's very much like, no, I'm good, we're good, everything's fine, I'm here, I'm not leaving you. I just hope Jane knows how lucky he is.
I'm about to leave the podcast and go rewatch the episode. Sorry, guys.
That,
I mean, that sounds like a great idea.
That made me feel crazy.
That made me
I think we all just went, holy shit.
That was another one of my stand up from the couch moments, and I like did a lap around. Like, I was like, okay, wait. Because also, like, that conversation, I don't think he would have called Shane if he didn't have that conversation with Svetlana. I think he was like, I am desperate for comfort. Like, obviously the person I'm going to go to is Shane. And like, Svetlana says it's okay, so it's okay. You know?
Like this is his first person who knows, you know? Like Shane has Rose, because I mean I still feel like Svetlana doesn't know that it is Shane specifically. And so I feel like at this point she possibly knows as much as Rose does, that there is this like person in his life who is a man that he loves and that he cannot be with him. So it's like it's a very nice, like, to see these kind of side by side in this episode. I really like they both have this wonderful woman who is there for them and is lovely. I love it.
She does not kiss him on the lips here. It looks like she does, but she doesn't. She does kiss him on the cheek. Just want to point that out. And then again, we don't see his body, but we can tell that once again, Ilya is like physically shaking himself out of this, you know? Now, Ilya texts Shane and he says, "Are you alone?" And Shane is like, "Not alone," and texting back, "Yes," and rushing out of the room. "Can I call you?" And I swear to God, the amount of times that this phone rings before Shane answers, I was shitting my pants. I'm like, Shane, answer the fucking
Shane,
phone!
you're gonna miss the call. Shane, you're gonna miss the call. Also,
Oh,
the
God.
stairwell stresses me out so bad. Like, anybody could walk in there. This is not a private place to have this conversation. Like, also, it's so echoey in there that, like, anybody on any floor who walked into that stairwell would hear what they're talking about. And, like, at this point, like, watching this for the first time, I had read the book, so I knew that nothing was going to happen. But also, there's, like, I feel like we're so conditioned with queer stories to think that, like, something bad is about to happen all the time. And so I was just like, oh my God, someone is going to walk into the stairwell. And then I was like, no, that would be crazy. That doesn't happen in the book. But I was like, someone is going to walk into the stairwell and someone is going to find out about them. And like, it's going to be this whole thing. It was a level of anxiety that I didn't need in this moment.
And he says, "How are you?" And Ilya says, "Okay, not good, probably bad." It's the progression. I think this is actually deeper than it seems. Like, it's funny, hee, but I also think like this progression of, I'm okay, maybe I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Because he's like, literally, Erin, as you've said, the walls are coming down. You can feel the walls coming down. I'm okay. No, I'm not.
Actually, I'm probably bad.
Yeah.
Like, my dad passed a month ago, and so people ask me all the time, like, how are you doing? And I have to decide whether to lie or not. Like, I fully, depending on the person or the situation, I'm like, okay, do I say like, oh, I'm good, I'm fine, you know, it comes and goes? Or should I be like, I'm actually like really fucking struggling right now? Like, and it depends on the person and it depends on the time. And I felt like Ilya was like, oh, this is like, I can be honest.
Mm-hmm. My next note is, God, Hudson Williams, you are so beautiful. The lighting, the camera angle, the makeup, the hair, just beautiful. In the most Papa's Orchard way. Beautiful. We're gonna get into even more fucking devastating emotional shit. Okay, so Shane says that he wishes he knew Russian, and Ilya says you could learn it in a week. Perfect, no accent. This is your friendly reminder, not so friendly, that Ilya hates his accent. He thinks he sounds stupid. So Shane then suggests that Ilya can tell him everything he's thinking, but in Russian. And then actually, if you watch closely, after he says it, he cringes.
Yeah, he cringes, but also the second I heard like, oh, you can tell me whatever you're feeling, but in Russian so I understand. I'm like, shut the fuck up right now. There's no way this is happening. And then he starts speaking in Russian. I'm like, oh, what if I just went insane?
The way I'd be like signaling Hayden over and be like, give me your phone, Google Translate.
No!
I'm saying I would do that. I would say, and I'm not a good person. I'm just saying that's what I would do.
Okay. So the disclaimer is it's what you would do, but you don't want Shane to have done it.
No.
Okay, great. Good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
No, it's like my ass would be like, I want to emotionally support you and be like, what'd you say? Yeah. What?
Repeat that again. Google Translate. I mean, I didn't hear that.
You said Svetlana. What did you say right after her name?
Moonlight Sonata is playing in the background. I want to point out the fact that Moonlight Sonata was composed to convey the loneliness of unrequited love. Now, I don't think this is in relation to Shane. I think this is in relation to his father and his brother, because he's talking in this scene about how he takes care of them and how much he does for them, and it's just bullshit, 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 right? Like they just more. That's the unrequited love of this. That's why Moonlight Sonata is so perfect for this, is because that is about unrequited love. And Ilya is saying, I wish he could know me. I wish things were different. And I just thought it was a perfect choice. Because I was like, why this? Like this is a very famous piece. And I looked it up and then I was like, unrequited love. Oh my God. Perfect.
It's like Alexei and his dad never show him a kind moment, at least when we see him. And I remember just being like, fuck him, why do you care so much? And I forget that like abuse and like child abuse is so nuanced and complex and tied with so many strong emotions. Like the anger is there, but also like the love because you thought love was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Ow. Fuck.
Ilya has seen a lot of transactional love in his lifetime, and so he's going, I'm giving you things. Why are you not giving me love back? I'm giving you love. I'm giving you what you ask for. Why is it not enough? Why am I not being loved back?
So what if I start sobbing right now? Because what the fuck?
This is what
I'm
you
so
get
sorry.
when you put so many people together and say, talk about this devastating show. Again, there are so many mistakes in these subtitles. So a shout out to QUV Films _ on Instagram. They retranslated the scene. Go watch it. Ilya says the only fucking thing I hear is, or word I hear is, I want more, Ilya. What he actually says is, all I hear is, that's not enough.
That's better.
That's a big difference to me. Not I want more, but that's not enough. That's a big difference in a translation.
Yeah.
Personally, sorry, but fire whoever did these subtitles. I'm sorry. I'm done being forgiving. Like, bro, get it together.
Well, because we also didn't even talk about Flesher.
Oh yeah, in the pool when he says "boo, splash her" and it says "flesher."
Oh, I didn't.
The fuck? Like, not even a word.
Where did that even come from?
So, way more swearing in the HBO subtitles than actually happens. And then when he does swear, they don't put it in the subtitles. The line is, they don't care. He actually says, they don't give a shit about me.
That's so much better.
Right. That,
Yeah.
and then also, when he gets to this breaking point, like, decision, do I say what I'm feeling? Do I tell Shane? And he looks away and the camera kind of cuts back. It says that he says, fuck me. He doesn't say that. He says, damn it. So I'm like, okay, when he does swear, you don't catch it. When he doesn't swear, you say that he is. And then when he swears and you do catch it, you put the wrong subtitle? Like, I don't understand. It's kind of infuriating.
What are we sentencing the closed caption person at HBO Max? What are we sentencing them to?
Brazen Bull.
Fuck. Okay.
Sorry. Of course, a vocal stem of mine is bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
Oh, I say it all the time too.
Yeah. I also noticed that when Ilya says my brother, he flexes his fingers where he's holding the phone with his left hand and he flexes his fingers around the phone. And that's the hand that he just used to punch Alexei. So he says my brother and flexes the fingers of the hand that he just used to punch his brother. Now we get over to Shane and Shane like closes his eyes. And the implication to me is that like Ilya's voice is like music to him.
Yeah. That's what I got.
The volume of the music in this scene, specifically in this moment, is like this implication that when Ilya is speaking Russian to Shane, it's like music to his ears. There are moments in the long game where Shane literally just says, will you just speak in Russian to me? I don't care what you talk about, just speak in Russian. It's melodic to him. He thinks it's beautiful.
I also, like, it looked like he was really focusing. He's a great active listener. But, like, I think he was trying to clock, like, his emotions a little bit.
Mhm.
He's trying to be like, what's he going through? Like he can't explain it, but maybe I can help. Like if I get the vibe, maybe I can help with like what to say next.
Yeah, like is this a sad rant? Is this an angry rant? Because then you can kind of inform where you go from here.
Shane, being that he's autistic, right? He doesn't have facial cues to pick up on right now. He can't understand the language. You have to also consider that Russian is a language that sounds aggressive even when it's not. So that adds a layer to it. And then Shane also closes his eyes to like block out all the other sensory input because he's trying to really visualize. Like he's trying to be where he needs to be for Ilya in this moment. We're talking, you know, Ilya wishes that he could have cared for his father, but he couldn't. And he knows that he couldn't, but he still wishes he had. We cut to Shane again, and the distortion of the phone call, implying that this is a phone call, is gone. Which then kind of puts together that there is no distance between them. They are together now. That's a very specific editing choice.
I didn't even notice that. Wow.
And this is the moment. So Shane closes his eyes and locks in. And then the distortion comes back when Ilya says,
Okay, I'm
done.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
So we need to talk about, first of all, Ilya is struggling with voicing this feeling to Shane of, again, another mistranslation. The line is, I love you so much and I don't know what to do with it. Not about it, with it. But right before he says this, as he's getting himself together, we cut away to be able to see like the tunnel and the distance. And as he's considering telling this man that he loves him, a cop car drives past in the back. You can see the blue lights of a police car in the back.
Oh.
Bro.
There's so many little details in this scene that just they had $35 in a dream to make this TV show, and they created something like so spectacular, which is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like not like crazy, like wow, I can't believe they could do this, because like, but crazy, just like, man, like Hollywood has created a lot of shit art with triple the budget of this, and like just all these people deserve all the awards, all the flowers, like just God. They really made something special here.
Yeah. And so just this confession of I love you so much and I don't know what to do with it, and him being in Russia when he says this. And it's not I don't know what to do about it.
Because he knows what to do about it.
He knows what to do about it. He knows what fuck off.
Sorry, we were getting a little too serious.
Seriousness in my gay hockey show? But the implication that he's drowning in these feelings, he doesn't know what to do with them. This is not what he anticipated, and he doesn't know. It's not, I don't know what to do about it. It's not action oriented. It's, I don't know what to do with it. I can't compartmentalize this. It doesn't fit in a box. He's like, I don't know what to do with these feelings. I don't know if I have a box for these. So.
Ugh, just devastating.
Yeah. And Shane is so patient that even after Ilya has stopped speaking, he doesn't interrupt or say anything or even open his eyes until Ilya says, okay, I'm done.
I love him.
Yeah.
And then what's interesting is like immediately Ilya goes back to like, you know, surface level Ilya a little bit.
Harder, please.
Harder, please. Yes,
yes, sir.
Like,
fuck you.
That's
no, more like fuck me.
Yeah. It's just like, it's so interesting. Like, it was like one of the most, it is, except for in the cottage, like the most vulnerable you see him. And then immediately he has to be like, all right, gonna suck that back up for a little bit.
I like that instead of saying maybe I could learn or maybe I should learn Russian, Shane says maybe you could teach me Russian someday. It's like this intention of we're gonna spend time together. Maybe you should teach me Russian.
Maybe you should teach me Russian.
And then again, Shane wants to communicate. So Shane pulls him back out of the joke and says, how about I wish you were here right now? And Ilya in Russian says, I wish I was too. And he like has this tiny smile over his shoulder, like he's checking to make sure no one's going to hear this, because he's now stood up and is about to walk out of this tunnel where his feelings were safe and he was protected from this outside world. And now he's walking out and he has this one last moment of gentle, I wish I were there. Boy, shut up. I love you.
I wanted to read the like paragraph immediately after this phone call where Ilya is reflecting on telling Shane he loves him. It was saying those words out loud, even more than venting his frustrations about his family, that had truly made Ilya feel lighter. It was a secret he had been carrying for far too long, locked away so deep inside that he had even been keeping it from himself. But as soon as he let himself acknowledge it and now say it, he felt relieved. Not because he could do anything about these feelings, but at least he had allowed himself to accept them. And he had, in the most cowardly way possible, said them aloud to Shane. Like, this is the first time that he is allowing himself to accept the fact that he loves Shane. Like, we have seen him all throughout this episode just kind of brushing it off, being like, we can't do anything about this, we can't do anything about this. And finally, he is just like, I'm in love with you, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, just devastating. So in the book, they have 4 phone calls while Ilya is in Moscow. We get like one phone call that's pretty short, that's basically just Ilya saying, my father died, what are people saying about me? And then we get the I love you Russian monologue. And then we get a third phone call, which actually is more of a conversation we see at the cottage, because in that phone call, Ilya talks about he could maybe marry Svetlana. But a really fun conversation that happens there is Ilya goes, we should get married. And Shane's like, what? And he goes, not to each other. And Shane's like, yeah, I know you didn't mean to each other.
The line is, I knew you didn't mean to each other. Shane lied.
And also in this phone call, Shane invites Ilya to the cottage. So it's not like an after injury situation. It is in this phone call in Moscow, he invites him to the cottage. And he very much crashes out about it. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe I tried to invite Ilya to like my favorite place in the world. Like, what would I even do if we had 2 weeks together? Like, it would, and then, well, yeah, and not in like a what would we even do, but more of like a.
Erin is implying Pound Town.
Yes, but like, could we get out of this 2 weeks without like, being romantically involved? And then it's like, God, Shane, Ilya's never going to be your boyfriend. Then he's like, oh fuck, I want Ilya to be my boyfriend. Like, it's just.
I think I like the pacing in the TV show better.
Yes.
So, okay, well, Mal and I discussed that. We discussed the pacing of why does Shane in the show invite Ilya when he's high, and the decision that we came to was that the reason that this happens is for the pacing of it, right? Because there is not enough time for Shane to go through this catastrophe in his head, this breakdown, and all of these realizations in the show. There's literally not enough time for that, right? But what you can do is get him high.
Give that boy the good drugs.
Let your inhibitions come down, feel the rain on your skin, invite the boy to the cottage, let's get it, right? I specifically asked Mal to find this, is the freckles.
Yes, from the 4th phone call.
Because in the books, we do get him complimenting the freckles before he mentions them at the cottage.
You are very beautiful, Ilya said. Shane smiled without opening his eyes. Come on, it's the truth. Your freckles. Ilya grazed fingertip over his own cheek. I'm nuts about them. I have no idea why. I hate them. No, Ilya moaned. Hollander, they are stunning. Stunning? Yes. Am I not using that word right? Very beautiful. Take my breath? Wow. All right. The skin under Shane's freckles turned very, very pink. The first time I met you, those freckles. The first time? You mean at the World Juniors in Saskatchewan? Yes. Shane huffed out a surprised laugh. You were such a dick to me. It's the take my breath gets me every time. I'm just like,
He's like, I might not speak this language perfectly, but damn it if I'm not going to compliment you.
I wonder if they're going to bring that, because I liked how you mentioned the freckles. I love literally every single moment of the 6th episode. I'm curious if they're going to bring that back, though, in the 2nd season, because it is a lovely conversation.
We are cutting to Boston versus Montreal. This is a Montreal home game. We are talking at center ice during warm-ups. Shane gives Ilya his door code, which is 1919. They were 19 the first time they hooked up.
Yeah.
By the way.
Sure were.
He is giving Ilya the door code. It is the front door. And Ilya says,
Right.
Shane tells Hayden that he was offering Ilya his condolences. And Hayden's like, oh, what did he say? And he's like, oh, he told me to go fuck myself or whatever. And Hayden says, what a dick. And Shane says, he's not that bad. It's mostly an act. And I love him standing up for his man. Yes. Ugh.
Also, like, if you are going to do the boyfriend thing with this guy, you gotta start sort of soft launching that he's not as much of a dick as people think. Like,
this face-off makes my little heart pitter-patter because this is a very classic hockey, like, fucking with each other, but also trying. So what they're doing is, 1, they're messing with each other. 2, they're trying to get the best position for the puck drop. That's why they're tapping sticks and, like, though I will say, I could totally see them getting kicked out of the face-off circle for this. Like, the ref would be like, stop it, out. And
for what? For, like, touching sticks? Okay. Wait, they're not allowed to do that?
For, like, being goofy and, like, yeah. They will kick you out for anything.
Oh.
You can be in the face-off and be like, oh, what the fuck is up, bitch? And they're like, out. It's really up to the ref.
The ref clocked it and was like, this is a mating ritual. I'm sorry. I'm not here to interrupt it. Let's keep going.
Oh my God. I thought that it was just like one of the cutest things in the entire show, but I also just loved the hockey of it all, is that battling for the best position. I love that. And then, of course, fucking Shane has to do a little flirty glance over the shoulder and gets checked into next fucking year. Like, Jesus Christ. Shane, this is 25 seconds into the game. And Shane is out cold.
I did not see this coming. I fully, like, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, because everything was like, of course, because everything was kind of going right. And I was like, here we go. We're going to get... And I was like, and he didn't get up. And I was like, what do you mean he's not getting up?
No, I also, like, forgot that this was happening. I literally, like, I read the book. I had just read the book. I had come off, like, it's been less than 2 weeks since I read the book. I even saw the, like, still that came out of Shane with the, like, neck brace on the ice, and I was like, oh God, this is the episode. But you're right, so much was going well, and I was, like, still riding the high of the, like, Russia conversation that I didn't even think about, like, oh, this is when Shane is about to get absolutely trucked. And I was, like, blindsided, like, same way that Shane is. I was like, oh my God. What an episode. What an episode of TV. Truly.
I mean, what? It's second on IMDb, right? Hello, Ozymandias from fucking Breaking Bad. Dude, I told my film bro friend that, and he was like, that's fucking annoying. And I was like, but have you seen the show? No.
Have you seen the cinema that is this episode? Like, this is my favorite episode of TV I think I maybe have ever seen. Like, it is so good.
Can I confess a sin?
Oh, Lord.
That I still haven't read the books. I'm still like halfway through the first because I've been in a book funk at the beginning of this year. But I have read the fanfic of this scene in which Shane dies.
What?
Wait, time out, because I also think I've read this one. And then
yeah.
Right, yeah.
What? I finished reading that fanfic being like, huh, that was an experience. And then I moved on with my day.
I've been a little raw emotionally lately, and I was just reading it like...
No, I completely understand.
Anyways, really glad he makes it out okay.
So now I'm crying for a different reason.
I don't know. I feel like it ends up not being a huge deal. Like, he's okay, right? I don't know.
Could have been worse.
I can't believe that he gets absolutely trucked 25 seconds into this game because he was looking behind him at the man he's fucking.
Shane is saying, tell him I'm okay. He's gonna worry. And they're like, oh, your dad is on his way. Like, we're calling your dad. And he goes, not him, Ilya. And I'm like, shut up!
Dude, him reacting to being hurt too, like him being like not being able to open his eyes, I was like, oh my God, like this
the
is...
lights are bright.
Yeah.
My poor guy.
It kind of ruined the immersion for me because I laughed so hard. But when they're like, your coach is calling your parents, I'm like, this isn't after school. Like, I guess it's because it's his like emergency contacts, but I'm like, isn't he like a 27-year-old man?
If something happens to Shane Hollander and you don't call Una Hollander and tell her, she will show up with a gun. So
Right. That's
But I
true.
remember I just heard it and I was like, why are they calling his parent? Like, it was so weird to hear.
The way that we get to reflect on this scene in book 2, I think that we still might get more from this scene once we get to season 2, right? Because we're kind of seeing from Shane's perspective and we don't hear a lot of what goes on. So I think there is still very much a chance for Shane to have said, Ilya, they can see us.
Right.
Which is what he says in the book, is Ilya, they can see us. Ilya comes to the hospital, opens the door.
Ilya!
Meanwhile, Ilya's like literally on the verge of crying, like about to have a attack.
I like the fact that Ilya's hair in this scene is a lot less curly, and the implication to me seems like he's been raking his fingers through his hair so much that he's like flattened his hair and like flattened the curl out of it. I'm kind of obsessed with that idea. So Loopy Shane is incredible. I've seen so many people say
so good.
So many people are like, oh, this is so Hudson Williams. I'm like, no, it's fucking not.
It's really not.
Like, at all.
This is high Shane Hollander. Thank you.
Honestly, like, it is, like, I mean, it's also in my vocal sims. Will you come to my cottage this summer? But, like, he's so excited and he's so happy. And it's like, there's no, because the meds, like, there's no guard up. He's just like, come on, let's do it. And it's just like, it's just like, you're like, I want them to be happy. God damn it. I want this for them.
And knowing at least that Book Ilya came to the hospital with the intent to end it.
That's psychotic. That's rude. That's fucked up.
Like, the man is injured. He's lost the rest of his hockey season. And he's about to lose Ilya, except he's
so goddamn cute that Ilya can't
exactly.
do it. Shane's heart rate, if you watch his heart, like the monitor next to his bed, his heart rate drops consistently through this scene. It's like well over 100 when Ilya walks in and he's calming down. I think by the time that Ilya leaves, Shane's heart rate is literally 81, which is incredible.
Wow.
I'm obsessed with that. Obsessed.
I noticed that right away. I was looking at it, actually. I was like, I bet they're going to do something with that.
Do you know why Ilya's number is 81? Do you know why Rachel Reed chose that as his number?
Why?
You're gonna love this, because it looks like bye. That's real.
No notes. No
That's
notes.
Amazing.
We need more authors like that. I also like the fact that when Shane says, hey, and he's holding out his hand, as Ilya starts to walk to him, he goes, hey.
And then he goes, and then he does a very cute little, like, yes, better. Like, the way better.
Was it better with a man?
Yeah, it is. It is.
There were some shots where they didn't show, like, Hudson Williams' face, but you can hear him in the background, and it's so funny. Like, when the nurse comes in, he goes, oh, no. So funny.
It's just so funny.
We actually get the acknowledgement of the freckles here for the first time, is that Ilya traces his finger over Shane's freckles.
It's ridiculous.
Boy.
Also, Shane says he's more mad at Marlo for, like, fucking up their meeting after the game than he is for missing the rest of the season and being, like, actively concussed. Like, boy, if you can't keep it in your pants.
Mal, I have to ask you something.
Yes.
Will you come to my cottage this summer? Don't go to Russia.
Come to my
house. Everyone always quotes, will you come to my cottage this summer? But the best lines to me of this scene are, don't go to Russia. Come to my house. Like, just, that's my vocal stem. I say all the time, don't go to Russia. Come to my house.
So Ilya, again, wants to end this, but Shane is so vulnerable that he just says, maybe.
And I'm so glad that we get the cottage invitation here as opposed to in a phone call in Russia. Like, I think this is perfect.
Yeah. And I will say, I'm so sorry, but we are going to kind of move on quickly from this, but we do get like these just adorable little tidbits of course, the nurse walks in and he goes, oh no. And then he looks at Ilya and says, see you next season.
Yeah, he was like, I got to get my straight voice.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
See you next season.
And then, as Ilya is leaving the room and Shane is starting to talk to the nurse, in a Russian accent, he goes, hello.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh.
And Ilya is also shushing him as he walks out the door. He's like, do not say
That was
anything.
so funny. I was like, shh.
There are people, it pisses me off so much how people are like, oh my god, he's blowing kisses. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
He's not. He's shushing
him. So now we are at the Hollander's cottage. This is the cottage that Shane grew up going to every summer. Rose, take the goddamn phone off of speaker. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I felt very weird about that.
We have this whole conversation because the Hollanders wonder if Rose is going to come to the cottage, and she says, just tell him you're my beard.
I'm the gay one.
Yeah. And he says, I can't lie to them. And she goes, But I do like the fact that we, earlier, last episode, we had Yuna saying, I don't want you to lie. That's not who you are. That's true. It's not who Shane is. He doesn't want to lie.
I also, in a sillier sense, the way that she's like, you know, if you tell them that, they'd have to keep my big lesbian secret. And then her like makeup artist kind of looks at her and she goes, oh, God, I wish. And I'm like, hey, a lot of times, maybe we should unpack that. Like, a lot of times when straight girls feel that, it's actually because there is some attraction to women there. So, like...
It was genuinely the only time I was actually annoyed with her. I was like, all right, we get it. Like, yeah, you're one of the girls, fun. Like, it's just such a dumb, straight thing to say. Me like, I wish I was a lesbian so I wouldn't have to deal with men. I'm like,
I'm like, you're seeing all the internalized and externalized homophobia that Shane is dealing with, and you wish you were gay? Yeah, sure.
No, listen, I'm grasping at straws. I have read so much Rose and Svetlana fanfiction, it's rotted my brain.
I've read a few of those.
We're watching the game, and Yuna knows that Ilya is injured. She can tell it's his ribs, and we have 7 minutes and 43 seconds left in the game. It's 5-2 New York. And fucking David says the Raiders have lost, dinner to celebrate. David, that is your favorite son.
Yeah.
Please, have some respect. But they're texting later, Shane and Ilya, and they're checking in on each other.
How are your ribs? Killing me. How's your head? And then Shane says better.
People have made the joke that Shane should have, like, made a quip here. And people are like, oh, Shane should have, like, clocked,
Yeah, like a, oh, you would know how my head is.
I haven't had any complaints. And I'm like,
do you think I can come twice in an hour? Shane Hollander is going to make an innuendo in this situation. No, he's going to answer the question that was asked.
That's how desensitized I knew, like, because I make a dirty joke every 5 seconds, and that I did not clock. I was like, yeah, how is your head? You had a concussion. You okay?
Mm-mm. But yeah, like, if Shane had replied any other way, it just wouldn't have been in character for him. Yeah. We get the wonderful, iconic Scott Hunter is 100,000 years old text. I love that text.
Yes. Also, the fact that Shane puts a period at the end of every single one of his texts, I could never, because I would be like, are you mad at me? Like, when it's just one word, like when he's like, yeah, period, I would be like, okay, so like you hate me and you want me to die?
I regularly have interactions with a friend of ours, and he texts. He mainly texts with like periods at the end.
And see, I'm like, if I don't include 37 exclamation points in an email, how is anyone gonna know that like I'm friendly?
So Shane says that Ilya has a type, and Ilya sends back the grinning devil emoji, which is like Ilya's favorite emoji.
That's so Ilya.
So now we cut to the Stanley Cup Finals. San Francisco versus New York. And we're texting back and forth during the game because now that we've broken the dam of like texting conversations and calling, like we can't stop.
Now that we've learned that we can text about things and not just plan hookups with our phones, a whole new world has opened up. It's crazy. They're in love, okay?
They're in love. Case in point, Ilya texts, he's hot, so ... And Shane sends back the angry face emoji. So, a moment for Yuna Hollander for her wardrobe, because I'm obsessed with it. It's giving very
incredible.
Princess Diana to me, just like this casual, but also like Chessie from The Parent Trap in a way. Like the oversized button up and jeans.
God, you want to talk about a woman who's hot? Chessie from The Parent Trap. Woo!
We also have the commissioner shaking hands with Scott as Scott is about to hoist the cup. Hit him with the Zamboni.
My favorite part of this scene is that Scott like runs his hand through his sweaty hair and then uses that same hand to shake the commissioner's hand because it is what that man deserves.
That's funny.
Fuck him.
Let me lube this up a bit for you, pal.
Did you see the interview with the actor where he talks about how he like sliced his hand open holding the
Francois.
cup, and then he had to film like the kiss, the iconic kissing scene. They literally just like wrapped it up and hid it because they're like, we need to finish filming, and then he had to go get like stitches on it. I say that to say, imagine this whole scene acted, but also like having a gash in your hand.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what? I'll do you one better. I watched this scene with a gash in my heart. So Kip is at the game with Elena and his dad, and I don't know how the fuck he had the money for that because that's
Scott
insane.
gave him the tickets.
That's what I thought.
I mean, I feel like this is to tell us that like Scott and Kip have reconciled and they are together.
That's what I thought.
But we also get the like, Kip is crying. And he says, I'm not sad. And Elena says, you're allowed to be. So initially, when I was watching this for the first time, I was like, are they still broken up? But like, they can't be. You don't pull a man onto the ice and kiss him if you're not like in a committed relationship. That would be insane.
I don't know. I think they are broken up, but I understand that in the book that they're not. So like, I get both sides, narratively speaking.
It just like, it feels like a big gesture that like stresses me out. Like if they're not together, but also it's like if they're not together, there's no reason for him to be at the game, you know? Like it's just I kind of like looking at it now, I'm like, okay, is he sad because he knows that like he's not going to get to celebrate with Scott with like everyone else?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Wonderful, wonderful needle drop yet again. I'll believe in anything.
Good song.
This is the title of the episode. It is also the song that plays in the beginning of episode 3. The lyric is, I need sunshine, give me your eyes. Like, oh my God. They deserve sunshine.
They do.
Scott is so alone.
Yeah.
And Janae pointed this out. It's not necessarily that, like, Scott is having this big moment. It's combined with the fact that he's alone. He's talked about how hockey is his family. And Mal, you talked a lot about like how, yes, you can have a family, but you have to have something outside of hockey, especially when hockey is not safe, when that family is not safe for you to be queer with.
When you cannot bring your whole self to a family, what kind of family is it?
Right. He's having this moment of, this is my career highlight with my family. Oh shit, my family has families. Like they all have families and I have no one. I'm like looking around in circles and everyone is going to their families and I have literally no one.
Right.
And then he sees Kip.
And he's like, I don't have no one. I have Kip. And I'm going to be brave right now.
Which actually, now that you said it like that, parallels Ilya in the tunnel saying, I have no one. Well, not no one. I have Svetlana. And then he's brave enough to say, even if it's in Russian,
and I have you,
that he loves Shane.
Yeah.
And so we have that mirrored in this moment of Scott saying, you know, I don't have no one. I have Kip, as long as I'm brave enough to ask for Kip out loud.
What I love about this moment is it's such a cliche, but like you're always like, I'll be happy once I get this. I'll be happy once I get this. And I feel like Scott very much is in that mindset. I mean, he literally says it during their episode, like, once I retire, once I do this, once you do this. And like, he's, you know, my dog is interrupting my really interesting thought.
Homophobia.
Like, he's like, well, once I win the cup, once I do this, and like winning the cup is like the most important thing you can do in hockey. And he achieves it. And I'm sure he's like happy. And he's like, for a moment, and then he was like, it's not enough. I'm not fulfilled. Like, there's more than that. And I don't know. Because some people were like, oh, he finally thinks he can because he won the cup and he's all done. I'm like, I think it's because he finally won the cup and he was like, that's not what this was. This is not what life's about. Yeah.
I mean, I think sometimes it takes getting everything you want to realize that, like, it's not actually what you want. It's not actually what's important. Like, that's why in the romance books, there's always, like, the moment where you realize that, like, no, the important thing is this other person. And, like, everything I've been scared of, it, like, doesn't matter.
I have, I think, an inappropriate question.
Okay.
Who's the top and who's the bottom when it comes to Scott and Kip?
They're versed.
They're versed.
Oh, I love that for them.
first time they sleep together in the book, Scott bottoms, and that's important to me.
I was talking about He Rivalry while I was at family dinner with my aunts, because that's all I do now. And we're talking about top and bottom, and she was like, "What's that?" I'm like, "The top's the top and the bottom's the bottom." And she goes, "That seems unfair. Shouldn't they switch around?" She's like, "They should take turns." In her head, she was like, "Well, being the bottom must suck." And I was like, "You got to talk to Shane Hollander because he's living his best life."
That boy has stars in his eyes. Like, he's so happy. As we're watching this moment, Ilya is packing for Russia.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's gonna go back to Russia.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
But also, like, what is there for you in Russia?
Nothing. You don't even have an apartment anymore, my guy.
Yeah, you're not going to go talk to Alexei.
No.
I think it's one of those things, like, when you're in these patterns and the patterns still make you depressed or make you anxious, you still follow them because they're the patterns you've been following your whole life.
It's summer, I must go to Russia.
Scott is waving Kip down to the ice, and I noticed that Scott kind of has this, like, last look around before Kip makes it down there. Like, he's getting one last look at, like, what things are like before he does this thing. And, like, this take it in one last time, all these people being so happy and being around you, you don't know what's about to change kind of a look. I just wanted to point out, like, there's a moment that we see Shane lean forward as he's looking at the TV and they're texting back and forth, like, what is he doing? I want to make it very obvious that, like, this is not a family watching a sports game together. This is their entire fucking world. This is Shane's career. It is what he's dedicated his life to. His mother has dedicated her life to managing him. His father played hockey at McGill.
What the fuck is McGill?
What the fuck is McGill?
So
is McGill a town?
So
Hockey is literally everything.
Sure
This is not like, wow, watching this on TV. The whole world is about to change.
This is like me discovering that girls could kiss, you know? Like, the world got bigger, and it was like,
the world turned upside down.
This was allowed. I didn't know hockey players could kiss boys. Openly, at least. We knew hockey players could kiss boys. We've been seeing it happen. I also, like, we gave Scott and Kip a lot of shit about being boring in their episode and being just kind of vanilla, but I do think, like, it had to be them.
We talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that with Janae. Is neither of them is an immigrant. Neither of them is a minority.
Like, all the relationships in the books have something that's kind of like ooh, this might be controversial. But honestly, none more controversial than Shane and Ilya.
Now we have the slow zoom in on Shane and Ilya, and Kip says, "You don't have to do this," and Scott says, "Yes, I do."
Oh my
bro, my
yes,
heart was beating out of my chest, and it's not like I didn't know what was about to happen.
Yeah. No, I was like looking at the screen the same as Shane and Ilya, like big wide eyes, like, oh, is this what's about to happen?
What killed me is like Scott, when he first decides to on the ice, is like nervous, but the second Kip comes down, he's like, no. He's like, yes, I have to do this. And he was like, I'm doing this right now. And I was like, oh my God. Like, no hesitation, no like nervousness, just like, okay.
He's committed to the bit. He's doing it. And I want to just give all the flowers to Jackson Perrell here, who's the cinematographer, the director of photography for this show, specifically because the choice to have an arc shot of this kiss. Okay, so I actually asked a director of photography about like the importance of like an arc shot. Like, why do you do an arc shot on a big cinematic kiss? And she said it like gives you this idea that like the kiss is the center of the world, right? It kind of makes you a little dizzy. Everything is spinning. The fact that not only do we get that, but we cut away to Shane and Ilya, and the camera circles them too. Because their whole world is spinning. Everything is changing.
Yes.
Erin, from like a film school perspective, do you want to talk about that at all? Do you have any thoughts about that?
First of all, I sucked at cinematography when I was there, but love the cinematography in this whole entire series. It's so funny because I clocked it right away, because usually when it's like someone's reaction shot, you're doing a third and you're doing it completely still. And the second it started moving, I I like wanted to get up and start running. I like felt momentum. I was like, something's going to have to happen after this. I was like, one of them's going to call the other and they're going to be like, let's get married and let's touch dicks and let's go. Like I like fully, and then it was the best line drop I've ever heard in a series. Sorry. Okay.
Do it. Say it.
I'm coming to the cottage. Like it was perfect.
Yeah.
Like the momentum, like they're running around, like, oh my God, what's happening? And then just the pause and like, I'm coming to the cottage. Cause like, you know what that means. Like, that means like, we have to do this for real.
Balls to the wall, baby. Can I get way too analytical for a second?
Yes.
Is that in the long game, Shane has a moment where he thinks, holy shit, how could I ever have doubted how much Ilya loves me? One, Ilya says, I'm coming to the cottage, and Shane says, he's flabbergasted, right? And then we get Ilya saying, Ya tabia lublю. And then he says, I love you. And Shane's response is, holy shit. Every time Ilya makes these big gestures and uses his words, Shane's reaction is,
holy shit. Yeah.
Holy shit. And I love that common thread.
I think also like when you love someone so much and you're maybe not the most confident person in yourself and someone reciprocates love in any way, like you're going to be like, oh, I'm the lucky one. Like we're not on the same level or anything. Like they don't feel as deeply for me as I do for them. And I think him and Ilya both feel that way until again, they communicate to each other like fucking adults. This show could have been 40 minutes long, one episode. Thank God it wasn't.
Thank God it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I also think it's a processing thing for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He doesn't know how to, I mean, literally someone told me they love me and I went, oh, come on, man.
Coming to the cottage. And it's like, oh, fuck. Like, and then also you have to think about the fact that Shane is probably like, oh, fuck, I invited him.
Oh, fuck, why did I do that? Oh, shit.
Wait, I didn't even consider that.
Oh, my God. I was just like, I literally was sitting on the floor of my living room, like clapping over my head. I was so excited.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
I'm glad we watched it together. Yeah, on FaceTime together.
That episode came out on the day of my dad's funeral.
Ooh.
And so I went through his funeral, of course, very shitty day. And then at the end of the day, I was like, I'm really tired. I'm going to bed. Blanket on. And I watched it. And I was like, thank Jesus this came out this day. Because it was such, like, it just, it was so nice to get lost into another world where just, like, positive, good things happen. But it was also such an engrossing episode of television that, like, I kept thinking about it. And then I'd be like, oh, shit, the funeral happened today. Like, it was just, it's so fun. I don't want to make it seem like it's a bigger deal than it is. Because, like, you know, there isn't much connection between my dad and this TV show. But it's so interesting. I discovered it at the same time I was going through this process because I think it just meant the world to me to have another just really amazing queer show to get engrossed in. It was like the perfect thing I needed at that time.
It's a very safe place for queer people to just feel joy and trust that it's going to be okay. In a world where things are progressively not, like, more and more not okay.
I just, before we finish, I need to give a shout out to any editor who has ever made an edit of this moment to the Wait For Me reprise from Hadestown. The first time I saw one, I literally fucking cried. I like sobbing because, like, the lyrics of that song, if you're not familiar, part of them is, show the way the world could be, show the way so we believe. If you can do it, so can she. If she can do it, so can we. And, like, that's just this moment. Like, if you guys can do it, if hockey boys are allowed to kiss other boys, we can do it too. And, like, it just, cinema. I love Hadestown. I love gay hockey. It's everything. Please keep making those edits and please keep sending them to me if anyone sees them. Thank you.
I've never been into edits. They always gave me the cringe. I'm obsessed with Heated Rivalry edits. I've been watching them. There's one to DNA by Kendrick Lamar, and it's like,
yes,
so good.
They're so good.
Watching it, I was like, you really wouldn't think it would fit, and it's awesome.
Bruh.
Also, the Sweet Dreams one. Whoever did the Sweet Dreams edit should do the trailer for season 2. I don't know who you are. It's probably the most viral one. The Sweet Dreams edit is still the best one.
That and the Man-Eater edit.
I haven't seen them.
Yes.
Send that one to me.
Any final thoughts as we're wrapping up this episode? Does anyone have anything that they just... These bitches gay, good for them.
These bitches gay,
They're
good for
going to the
them.
cottage.
Truly.
They're going to the cottage.
Boyfriends.
It is genuinely, so people ask me because of film school and stuff, they're like, what do you like most? What points out to you as a good movie, a good TV show? And randomly, like I always say, I'm like, I am floored when a show does really good pacing. And this show, and specifically this episode, does pacing so well. There isn't any scene wasted. There isn't any scene that like doesn't need to be there. You're never bored. You're always on the edge of your seat, like listening to every single thing they say. Like it truly should be studied as like how to write economic scenes, like good scenes. Like I was recommending this to like my film bro friend, and he's a straight dude. I was like, well, first of all, I was like, he's a girlfriend. I was like, watch it with your girlfriend, see how she likes it. But I was like, honestly, like, yeah, there's, you know, the smutty part or whatever, but like genuinely, like it is some of the best television writing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's so good.
One of my very best friends, her favorite show ever in the world, ever, is Letterkenny, which I've never seen, but that's Jacob Tierney.
Oh,
So
yeah. Wait, I've heard of
he's
it.
also done, he did another hockey show called Shoresy, which I've also never seen. So
Does he just like hockey?
he's Canadian, babe.
That was good. I will say this about Heated Rivalry. I didn't believe that they were famous. Like when the girl in the pool was like, that's Shane Hollander. I'm like, you could line up any white man in front of me and be like, that guy is a famous hockey player. And I'd be like, sure. I don't know.
Those are hockey players' children.
Are they?
Yes.
At the pool,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I thought they were just some random children.
I also sort of, my thinking behind it is also that like they're just so good that they're kind of one of those players that like transcends the sport that they play, especially because like Shane has so many brand deals. So it's like, yeah, people have seen his face. Like
Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, Shane Hollander.
The big three.
Well, there's that like interview he does where they're like they've compared you to like Tiger Woods.
Oh, that part was so awkward, dude. The microaggressions in the first couple episodes, like I was clenching. Yeah. So awkward.
All right. So, any final thoughts from anyone beyond what we've already said?
Can I come back?
I'm coming to the cottage, bitch. Yes, you absolutely.
Going to the cottage. Yes.
Woo! Last episode next week. Woo!
Controversial opinion. I like The Cottage is my favorite episode, not episode 5.
That's not controversial.
Okay.
This is my favorite.
Controversial opinion. Water's wet. Yeah.
Okay, but that is controversial because water is not fucking wet, Robert. Water makes things wet.
Lord.
The water itself is not wet.
You know what's wet? My corpse when it drowns. Anyway, will I ever actually finish reading the books? Tune in next week and find out.
No. Well, if that's all, so long, fellow losers. The Pit Crew podcast is created and produced by us, Robert, Mal, and Camille. This episode was edited by me. You can find us on TikTok, Threads, and Instagram at Pit Crew Podcast. If you'd like to support our other projects, our socials are linked in the show notes. Our art is by Rand Pacoca. He can be found on Instagram at Rand Pacoca. All patient questions and concerns can be emailed to pitgroupodcast@gmail.com. Now, this isn't a Taco Bell, but we do appreciate a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to schedule a follow-up appointment with a nurse before you go. See you next time.